So it all comes down to this. November football live from The Rock. Good evening, Mustang fans, and welcome to The Rock for the 2025 Sectional Championships matchup. Tonight, your 10-0 and undefeated Rock Creek Mustangs take on the Cheney Cardinals with a trip to Sub-State on the line. This is November football at its finest, and this crowd is already electric. I'm Tyler Jackson, joined by legendary head coach Mike Beam. Coach Beam, my friend, it's so great to be back with you on The Rock on a November football edition.
I'll tell you, it doesn't get any better than this, Tyler.
It really doesn't.
Friday night football, and then you throw it in, and we're deep into the playoffs, and two great football teams. You know, Cheney's had to go through a tough schedule, and Rock Creek's undefeated. And, I mean, you know, we're excited to be here, and I'm sure the fans are excited to be here, and it ought to be a great game.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to step aside for just one moment while the Rock Creek Marching Band plays the national anthem. Then we'll set the stage. We'll talk about our routes to victory for both Cheney and also for Rock Creek tonight, and then we'll be right back. Welcome to the Backroads Broadcasting Company's live stream broadcast of the 3A playoffs. We got Rock Creek against Cheney tonight from The Rock right here in Flush, America. Again, this is the Rock Creek High School Marching Band's rendition of the national anthem.
Marching band and forward until the colors are retired.
Great job to the Rock Creek Mustangs Marching Band for getting that in there. Hey, if it wasn't for copyright laws, believe it or not, with the national anthem, we would have brought that song to you, even with the marching band playing it. But nevertheless, yes, welcome to Flush, America for this Backroads Broadcasting edition of 3A playoffs tonight. It's the Sectional Championships. Of course, setting the stage, the Rock Creek enters undefeated on the season at 10-0, coming off a grinded-out 17-13 win over Heston last week. The Mustangs posted 306 total yards. They played turnover-free football, and they leaned heavily on the combination of quarterback Tate Smith and star running back Zion Bell, who once again shouldered a massive workload.
Well, I think our defense did exactly what they needed to do last week because Heston was a good football team, and our offensive line probably had their worst game of the year. That's not going to happen again tonight. These guys are too good. They're seniors. they're going to be really good tonight, and that's going to help us against a good Cheney team.
Absolutely. So when you zoom out and look at the Rock Creek season as a whole, it's remarkable. The Mustangs have put up a little over 4,000 yards of total yards of production while allowing just 1,500. That's nearly a 3-to-1 advantage in production. The balance is outstanding. There's 2,081 passing yards, 1,900 rushing yards, and an incredible 60 touchdowns on the season, Coach.
Oh, I tell you what, the offense has been clicking this year, and you hear about Zion Bell, and he is a very good running back, and Tate Smith is playing extremely well, high level at quarterback for a sophomore. But it all starts with those guys up front. You got Corday Kirksey, Nick Allen, Ryan Wickman, Wade Rottinghouse, Grady Hastert. That's where it all starts, those guys.
Absolutely, and they do a great job of playing both the offensive line and also the defensive line. And then looking at the offense, the passing attack is deadly. Quarterback Tate Smith, he's just a sophomore, but he's been completing 70% of his passes this year for 30 touchdowns, targeting a deep and talented receiving core of Perkins, Skinner, Martini, Tonzer, and, of course, Perkins was out of the season for 8 weeks with an injury. Martini didn't even start off playing football at the beginning of the year. So those guys are all capable of hitting home runs.
Yeah, and I tell you what, this defense, I told you a couple weeks ago against Smoky Valley, this is the best Rock Creek defense I have seen, and it just keeps getting better and better. And their opponents are averaging 59 yards rushing per game. Rock Creek has had 25 sacks. They've only allowed 3 passing touchdowns all season. I mean, this is a championship caliber defense, and that's what you got to have to win a state title.
Absolutely. As you see the Mustangs now taking charge on the field, and not too far behind them is going to be their opponents in the Cheney Cardinals. As on the other side of the field, Cheney enters at 7-3 on the season, undefeated in district play, and they come with the pedigree of a program that won the Class 3A state championship back in 2023. They were the last team to beat Andale. That was in 23, and they beat them twice that season en route to a state championship. And so they've beaten good teams. They've been in tight games, and they have the kind of balance that keeps defenses honest.
Yeah, they're just about as balanced as you could possibly get. They've ran the ball 46% of the time this year and 54% passing. Coach Sieben said they were really balanced, and when you look at the stats, they are. I think they're a team, though, that really would like to establish a run, and so I think we have to be willing to take care of one of those.
Absolutely. So now the routes to victory tonight for Rock Creek. There's 3 routes to victory, Coach. Number 1 is, of course, win the line of scrimmage early. Rock Creek averages nearly 6 yards per carry, while opponents average just under 2. If the Mustangs can control the trenches, they can dictate the terms and force Cheney to adjust. You also need to make Cheney one-dimensional. When they're at their best when they're balanced. So if Rock Creek forces long yardage situations, the Mustang pass rush, 25 sacks on the season becomes a major factor. And then, just like they have been doing all season long, you got to feed the Belldozer. Give Zion Bell the ball. Then take the top off. So Zion's downhill running sets up explosive plays. Then with Perkins, Martini, Skinner's deep threats, Rock Creek can hit big plays once Cheney crowds the box. And then we look at the Cheney routes to victory.
Yeah, they're going to have to try to contain Zion Bell. They're going to have to try to make Rock Creek one-dimensional, just like you were saying earlier, and then they're a little bit more predictable. They need to do the exact same thing we said Smokey need to do 2 weeks ago and that Heston had to do last week, is they have to control the ball and make long drives, just keep the ball out of our explosive offensive guys' hands, and they need to win the turnovers and field position. Rock Creek has only had 10 turnovers this season, and most of those came in the first 4 games. So they need to win that turnover battle and try to have good field position throughout the game if they want a chance to win this game.
Absolutely. Well, while we have a couple minutes until we get to kickoff and we throw it down to Xander Dick, our sideline reporter, I was able to meet up with Coach Shane Sieben earlier this afternoon, and here's what he has to say ahead of tonight's contest. Jackson hanging out with you. We got the Backroads broadcast tonight of the Sectional 3A K-Ship playoff game between 10-0 Rock Creek and 7-3 Cheney. The Cardinals are coming to town, Coach, right here at the Rock tonight. Give me your early thoughts on the game this evening.
Oh, it's going to be a battle. Anybody that's playing this late in the season is a great team, and Cheney's no different. They, like the combined record of the teams that they've played this year, they've lost 2 is 28-2. So the only losses they have are to great football teams, and they're a great football team. So we've got a work cut out for us, but we feel like we got a great team too, and we're going to go out and then see how well we can play.
So Cheney, they won state not last year, but the year before that. They beat the mighty Andale, and so they've been here before. So they're used to this part of getting into about the Elite Eight of playoff football.
Yeah, been there, done that. They're the last team to beat Andale. They beat them twice that year, so it's a great program. Coach Wehrman does a phenomenal job. I've known him a while, and he's a great guy. And like I said, they're a great team. They know how to win, and we're going to have our work cut out for us, but we think we do too.
But like you said, we have a great team too. You know, getting to 10-0 is an achievement in itself. Had a great non-conference schedule, rolled through the NCKL, and then the first couple rounds of the playoffs, including a big game last week against Heston. What was that Heston game, in your eyes, was that a big test for your team to get ready for tonight?
Yeah, I think anytime you trail in the first half there, it was 13-7, and we got punched in the mouth. And credit to Heston, they played fantastic. They had a great game plan, and but also credit to our kids. They responded to adversity and made plays when they had to, and I thought our defense really buckled down in the second half and did some good things.
So those watching this broadcast tonight, what can they expect from the game tonight?
That's going to be physical. I think both teams are extremely physical. Both teams pride themselves on playing physical football, and it's going to be that way. Both teams are smash mouth and can get after you, but both can also hit you with the big plays. So I think for both teams, it's going to be limiting explosives from a defensive standpoint. I think both teams offensively want to hit the explosives. We're going to have great eyes. They do a great job with play action game. They do a great job with trick plays. They throw about 4 trick plays at you a game, and then they've thrown about everything in the book at you this year. So they do a lot of things and present a lot of challenges, but I think our guys are up for it.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, we offer best of luck to you tonight. We're excited for it.
Appreciate it.
We'll be having kickoff coming up here in just a few minutes. This is the pregame show on Backroads Broadcasting. It's the exclusive home of Rock Creek Mustangs. All right, yeah. So as you can hear from Coach Sieben, they're ready to rock and roll tonight. They took some lessons from last week. They've been looking forward to this night all season long. And Coach Beam, we got ourselves a great matchup underway that is certainly promised. But before we get off to kickoff, we're going to throw it down to our sideline reporter. We got Mr. Xander Dick. He's a senior right here at Rock Creek High School. Xander, my friend, what you got down on the sidelines tonight, buddy?
Thanks, Tyler. I was able to interview Steven before the game, and he told me today is going to be a very physical game. I mean, very physical. He says Cheney's a really good team. Today, the routes to victory, or just victory just for them to win today, is they got to be physical. They got to contain all their good players. They got to make this quarterback, stay in the pocket. They got to be able to get back there. And offensively, they just got to keep doing what they've been doing all year. Run the ball, pass the ball, be consistent. And for Cheney, it's just going to be able to contain everybody. Contain Bell, contain Tate, contain the wide receivers. And in defense, they just got to step up on the plays that needed to step up. Offensively, they got to just get this ball moving on the ground and through the air. Back up to you, Tyler.
Xander Dick, the man right there. Xander, buddy, thank you so much. We appreciate your hard work for Rock Creek Mustang football all season long. So we did have the coin toss, just to recap that for you. Cheney did win the toss. They deferred to kick. They deferred to the second half as Rock Creek is going to receive the ball to start off the game, and here they are, and the game is now officially underway as it's going to be a big return now for Rock Creek to get things rocking and rolling. It's going to be Jacob Perkins. He was off injury at the beginning of the season, came back in now. Great kickoff returner. He's going to return the ball to about the 25-yard line, and that's where Rock Creek's going to take over first down and 10, Coach.
Cheney did a great job of covering that kick. They watched it. They've watched the film from Smoky Valley, and he started, with that long kickoff return for a touchdown. So they did a great job of keeping him contained.
Story of the season all year long has been this Rock Creek offense. Can they keep things moving like they have been all season long? As we've got sophomore quarterback Tate Smith in the shotgun. He's going to pitch that to Zion Bell. Bell's going to sweep to the outside. He's going to be met by a couple of white hats. That's the Cardinals, as the Cardinals are in their white helmets, white uniforms with red stripes down the side. He's going to get a gain of about 2 yards on that play. It's going to bring up second down and 8.
Yeah, Aiden Cohn did a good job of sliding from his defensive line spot down the line of scrimmage, shedding the block and making that tackle.
As we got 2 receivers to the right, we got 2 receivers to the left. Smith is in shotgun. Zion Bell stands to his left side. They're going to now pause, audible, look at the sideline, reset. Zion's going to switch the opposite side of where he was standing next to Smith, so he's on his right instead of his left. Smith's going to take the ball. He's going to look to the left. He's going to fire. He's going to have a wide open Luke Skinner. Skinner's going to get a couple yards. He's going to get tripped up. He's going to get tackled. They're going to split the difference between where they were at. It's going to bring up a third down, but they're going to close the gap, so it's going to be third down and a long 4 now for Rock Creek.
Well, it was good open field tackle by Landon Ming, because Skinner's tough to bring down. He's quick and he catches everything that's in his range, and And, so that was a great open field tackle. So we have a 3rd and 4 coming up.
Absolutely. We got trips to the right, no receivers to the left. Smith in shotgun once again. He's going to take the snap, and he's going to automatically roll out to the right. He's going to look down the field. He's going to eye Skinner. Once again, Skinner's going to make the big grab and go out of bounds. That's a big Rock Creek Mustangs first down.
Yeah, they ran a levels concept, so they had a short and a medium and a long route on that side, and Tate throws the ball extremely well and put it right there into the middle of the coverage.
2 great catches now for Luke Skinner on the evening. The 5'11", 170-pound junior making a huge difference on this Mustang team all season long, as Zion Bell is going to be your ball carrier. He's going to get a couple on a halfback dive up the middle. Going to do what he does all season long, just kind of just move the ball. I know that was a big Mike Beam theory.
That's exactly right. It's 3 yards. All you got to do, baby, is get me 3 yards, and you'll just keep moving the chains. But, no, that's what they have to do. They can't totally abandon the run. It's going to be tough against Cheney because they're running a 4-3 defense that's made to stop the run. It's tougher for the pass, but we just got to keep throwing the football and mixing in that run.
As we got trips to the right now, single receiver to the left. Smith stands alone in the backfield. As we're going to have motion, but we're going to have a flag before they're going to be able to hand the ball off to Perkins. And early indication says that this one is on the offense. As our white hat is going to call it a dead ball. That is going to be a false start on the offense, and that's going to back up Rock Creek by 5 yards.
Well, and like I was saying earlier, their base defense is a 4-3, and they'll man up and they'll cover 2 out of that. It's great to stop the run, and it's a little bit tougher to stop the pass out of that 4-3.
Now we got quads to the left, Coach. Single receiver to the right. Smith stands alone by himself in the backfield. He's going to take the ball. He's going to drop back. He's pressured, but he's going to find a wide open Luke Smith, stringing over the middle. Smith's got some distance. He's got some grain. He had one tackler to beat, got pushed out of bounds. But Rock Creek is now going to be getting inside the red zone. And so far, getting out to the 20-yard line, this drive has been great for Rock Creek to start off this night.
Well, that was great concept. They had quads to the left, and they cleared out and then brought Luke Skinner across on that shallow crossing route. And it's a perfect ball, and Luke has good speed.
As we got trips to the left, Zion Bell stands in the backfield with Smith, and Bell's going to get this ball, and he's going to bulldoze his way. He's going to bell-doze his way straight up the middle. He's going to get a gain of about 8 yards, kind of been sticking right around his season average. Going to get closer to the sticks. That's going to bring up 2nd down and 2 to go now for Rock Creek.
Well, number 27, Caden Ludwig, is down, and thank goodness he was able to get up and walk off. But, he's a vital part of their defense as a middle linebacker.
Absolutely. As now Rock Creek is in the Farmers State Bank red zone. The Mustangs in the red zone. And Farmers State Bank is right there with them. From hometown roots to big-time goals, Farmers State Bank is proud to support our community. Strong, local, committed. Visit farmersstatebankks.com and bank on the home team. As we see trips to the rights, we got Zion Bell in the backfield with Smith. Smith's going to take the ball. He's going to hand the ball off to Bell. Bell's going to be real patient, kind of find a hole through the middle. They're going to throw a flag on this play as he's brought down by a whole host of Cardinals. Gain of a couple of yards, but I don't like where they threw that flag.
I don't either. And we had a great block by Nick Allen to lead that way, but I'm afraid we're going to get a holding call.
Yeah, that was definitely in the territory holding. Thankfully, this drive's been going real well for Rock Creek, but hopefully the old saying, the hold your drive killers, doesn't prove true, and that's what it is. It is a hold on Rock Creek.
If there is an offense that can overcome a penalty, this is the offense that can do it. Back in our day, we didn't quite have the offense that could overcome a big penalty.
Well, it's just so many weapons from ground attack to air attack. I mean, we haven't even seen Tate Smith run the ball tonight, and we'll see that at some point. As we got trips to the left, Peter Martinez, the lone receiver to the right. As we've got Pendle in motion. Smith had some pressure. He had to step up. He throws the ball towards a Zion Bell on a wheel route. It's going to land incomplete, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down now to go for Mustangs from the 24-yard line.
Well, Cheney did a great job of having everybody covered. I think that was a throwaway, and Tate wisely threw it out of bounds. He plays really savvy football for a sophomore. I think that a lot of that is being a coach's kid. He gets to spend a lot of time with the offensive play caller.
Absolutely. As we got trips to the left, Martini, the lone receiver to the right. Smith's in shotgun. He's going to look to his left. He's going to fire to the left. He's going to have he's going to have Tonser. He's going to catch the ball. Going to get brought down pretty quick. Ethan Tonser, the 6'3" receiver who's made some pretty tall grabs all season long. He's only going to get a gain of about 7, not quite enough to move the sticks where they need it to be. And that's going to bring up 4th down and 8 now for the Mustangs.
I believe we're going to see a field goal here by Jackson Pendle. And Jackson has an unbelievable leg.
Oh, man.
When I coached junior high football, he had a 37-yard field goal as an 8th grader. I mean, he just is amazing kicker.
Well, this one right here is going to be a 35-yard attempt, so not too far off his middle school shot. But from the left hash mark, the ball snapped. It's on the ground. Good hold. Kick is up. Got plenty of distance. Oh, and they're going to say that one's going to miss on the outside just to the left. It was pretty high, hard to determine. Had certainly plenty of leg. I mean, he could have made that from 50 yards, but it's going to be a little bit left, and it's going to be a missed opportunity for this Rock Creek Mustangs offense to get on the board to start off the game.
Yeah, once again, the penalty kept us from once we got that penalty in the red zone, kept us out of the end zone. So now it's up to our defense, and you know, we've been able to rely on our defense getting some big stops.
As we get our first look at the Cardinals offense from Cheney, Reese Tolar is their quarterback. He stands at 6'4", 200 pounds. He is a senior. He's going to be joined in the backfield by Colton Young, a 6', 170-pound junior. They've got Quade Thomas, a 6'6" receiver on the outside. Dimitri McDaniel, a 6-foot receiver. They also have another 6-foot receiver in Kobe Robinson. Like you say, an explosive offense. They've got size, they've got depth, and more importantly, they know what they're doing in November.
They do. Coach Worm has done a great job this year, and every year. He's had 9+ wins 5 years out since he's been there in 2017 when he started at that program. And he's had 5 years with 9+ wins and a state title.
Absolutely, yeah. They did the impossible, and they knocked off Andale a couple years ago, which has always been the target of 3A for the last several years. And also, we can't forget to mention just the stance of their offensive line: 6'3", 6'1", 5'8", 6'1", 6'4". It's a big team, but this is our first look. We got a pretty good defense to go up against these guys as they're going to be throwing the ball to the outside. It's going to go to Dimitri McDaniel. McDaniel's going to get met in the background by a whole host of Mustang defenders, including Noah Valberg, who was there pretty fast.
Well,
including
Nick,
Jackson Pendle. That was a pretty good defensive stop.
Those guys did a good job of swarming to the ball, and you know, that's been the key to our defense. They fly around and they get after people.
As we got 2 receivers to the right, single receiver to the left. Tolar is going to stand in the backfield with Young to his left. Tolar is going to drop back. He's going to throw this one deep. That's going to be a big pass attempt. It's going to be caught by Quade Thomas, the 6'6" wide receiver. Is going to be up against Jesse Lies on that one. He's going to make a big catch, and that's a huge gain for the Cardinals.
Huge gain. They had great protection up front, and Reese Toller has a strong arm, and he put it right where it needed to be. That was a super play for Cheney. Now we need to buckle up as the Mustang defense is starting to get threatened here.
At 6'6", Quade Thomas certainly stands as the tallest receiver of any offensive players that the Mustangs have seen all season long, and so he can go up long, tall, lean like that, just go up and catch a ball, and that's what he did in that play.
And he can run.
Yeah, he can run too. As we got Toller in shotgun, we've got Durr in motion. They're going to hand this ball off. This one's going to be going to Colton Young. Young's going to break out for a couple yards to the outside before getting brought down. Sorry, that's Sam Johnson was the ball carrier on that play, the 5'10", 163-pound sophomore. Going to gain a couple of yards. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 4 now to go, so it's a gain of 6, and the drive keeps continuing for Cheney.
Well, you know, as I was watching all the film from Cheney, one thing that stood out was this offensive line. I mean, you talked about how big they are, but they're very athletic, too, and they get out and run.
As we got Johnson and Young standing in the backfield with Tolar. We've got 2 receivers to the left. We've got Robinson to the left. We've got Thomas to the right. We've got Nolan Durr in motion, and they're going to throw over. They're going to throw the ball to Durr. Durr's not going to be able to catch that ball. Are they going to call that an actual catch? Looks like they're going to let that play roll on, and they're going to call that a catch for Rock Creek. I wasn't certain he made a football move there.
Well, when I saw the official throw the beanbag, I knew he was marking that as a catch. I don't know. I didn't know if somebody had come in and overrule that, but it was a bang play, and it was a great hit and a scoop up and run.
Absolutely was, and they're having a conversation at midfield now at the 40-yard line. Whitecap and his side judges are going to be talking about this one. Looks like they're going to call that play an incomplete pass. Hey, we're Mustangs, man. This is the Mustangs broadcast. I'm a homer just as much as anybody, but
I think you're right. I don't think he had control of that.
No, no. It was exciting,
But they did But that's what you got to do is let the play continue and then sort it out.
Absolutely. If anything, at least get some momentum back on the Rock Creek sideline. But that incomplete pass does bring up now a third down and a long 3, almost 4 yards to go, as it's going to be Johnson and Young in the backfield with Tolar. 2 receivers outside as Durr's in motion once again. Pretty much the same exact play they ran previously. We do have a stoppage here.
Illegal procedure.
Oh, yeah. Yep, so it's going to be an illegal procedure. There might have been either offensive line movement. That might have even been on Durr, the tight end, it looked like, as he's going into motion. But that is going to back them up 5 yards. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 9 now for this Cheney Cardinals offense.
Well, now we'll see how they do it when they get behind the chains, as far as the penalty. So we have a 3rd and long coming up here.
6:14 left here in the first quarter from Flush America, 0-0. The Sectional Championship, the Elite 8 of 3A football playoffs, as Tuller is going to hand the ball off to Colton Young. Young is going to try to get to the outside. We've got the Corday Kirksies and Declan McKinney's of the Mustangs world filling in the gaps on the outside and forcing the 4th down for Cheney.
Well, Luke Skinner came up there and got in on it from his corner position. I mean, we had a lot of people flying to the football, and there was I think you said Colton Young was running the ball. I mean,
yes,
he is a big running back, 6 foot, 170 pounds, and runs really hard and stays behind his pads. And so he's a tough guy to bring down in the open field.
Absolutely. This brings up a huge 4th down now, 5:38 with the clock running, as it looks like we're going to have trips to the left, single receiver to the right. Toller's going to stand in the backfield. Looks like Sam Johnson is at his right side, as Toller's going to step back to pass. He's going to look to his left. He's going to throw this one up high. It's going to be caught out of bounds. Big catch for Demetric McDaniel. That's a huge momentum stopper for Cheney as they move the chains, keep the ball rolling, stop the clock, and they get a 1st down and 10, close to the 12-yard line. So it's a 1st down and 1st down and 10 to go from the 12.
Yeah, and Toller had plenty of time to throw the ball. He wasn't pressured. Let that route develop. It was a pretty deep out, and we have to have a little bit better pass rush out of our guys.
As we got 2 receivers to the left, we do have Toller in backfield. Looks like we got Dimitri Daniel in motion. They're going to hand the ball off to Dimitri McDaniel out of the motion. He's going to get a gain of about 8 yards, so a pretty good gain right there. Going to get down to the 5-yard line, so that's going to bring up now 2nd down and about 4 to go now for the Cardinals.
Well, and usually on a jet sweep, you think it's going to go outside, but he did a great job. He saw a seam. He just put his foot in the ground and went north and south and got some good positive yards out of that.
As we got a stacked backfield once again, Tuller is in shotgun. He's got Young and Johnson next to him. We've got Durr in motion. They're going to throw another flag on this again. Looks like another illegal procedure. Yeah, looks like they're swinging him back. Yeah, dead ball legal procedure. They've called that twice now on this drive. Where is Cheney going wrong with that call right there, Coach?
I was just going to say, it looks to me like Wyatt Starnes, the center, is a little bit slow snapping the ball.
Okay.
Because everybody else is moving, and the ball's not coming out of his hands. And it's the same center they've had all year, so I'm not sure what is going on. But so now they're behind the chains again. We need to make a big stop here.
Absolutely. As that stacked backfield yet once again, the law firm of Tuller, Johnson, and Young, right? As Tuller's going to keep this ball himself. He's going to try to get to the outside. He's got a couple of defenders on him. Tough guy to bring down, standing at 6'4", but great job by Nick Allen to contain his mans and get him out of bounds. Sorry, that was Wade Rottinghouse, the 5'8", 190-pound senior nose tackle. Just preventing more yardage on that play.
That shows you how tough Toller is a runner, because Wade is probably our best defensive guy up front. He is anyway, and he had hold of him right at the snap, but Toller just kept dragging him for some yards.
As we got 2 receivers stacked on the left side, Toller's in shotgun. He's got Young at his right side. They're going to do a little bit of trickery right here. You're going to get the ball now off to number 27. That is going to be, checking my roster, 27 is going to be Caden Ludwig, the 5'11", 168-pound running back. Is going to get pretty close to the goal line. They're not going to call that quite a touchdown, but that was pretty dang close, Coach.
That was a really nice play. I mean, they faked the jet sweep and then threw the little shovel pass underneath coming back the other way. So there was a lot of misdirection there. And that was our middle linebacker from their defense that was a little banged up. So he must be pretty good because he ran the ball really well there.
And that was good enough for a first down. So that brings up a first down and goal now as they're in a power I. There's in motion. Toller's going to keep this ball himself, and he's going to sneak into the end zone.
Pretty good play when you got a 6'4", 200-pound quarterback, is to just get him under center and let him push his way in the end zone, kind of like Josh Allen for the Bills.
I mean, it's pretty tough to stop that play, even minus the tush push. You don't even need to do a tush push on that one. Or the clown car, as Coach Snyder made famous at K-State. But 3 minutes, 38 seconds left. Cheney strikes first. You got touchdowns. The extra point is yet on its way. And as it snaps up, kind of a high snap. Get the hold down. It's right down the middle. So 7-0 now is the score as Cheney strikes first. Each team has touched the ball once. Of course, Rock Creek in their opening drive had a big hold. They had great momentum. They got it within the red zone, had a big hold that brought them back, kind of stalled out, missed the field goal. It was a great attempt by Jackson Pendle, but they missed that. And then, of course, Cheney came out doing what Cheney does and what makes Cheney so tough. They used their weapons to score a touchdown. They
mixed it up really well. You know, they had a couple long pass plays, and then they had enough run to keep you honest. You know, you can't concentrate on one. I think we're going to have to just continue to play our game defensively. You know, our guys are tough. I mean, we'll come back, put together a good drive here, and see what happens.
We do want to thank many of our fine sponsors tonight, including Prairie Winds. They are our first quarter sponsor for this evening. We'll play you a quick little 30-second commercial from Prairie Winds coming up here in just a few minutes, but thank you so much for Prairie Winds for being one of our premier sponsors. As it's a beautiful night here in Flush, America, 60 degrees as we stand right now. This is the sectional championship of the 3A playoffs, so thank Elite Eight. So down to the final 8. Started out with 32 teams just a few weeks ago. We're down to the final 8s, who will go to the final 4 after the game tonight, as we've got Jacob Perkins now returning the ball. He muffed it at the beginning, threw his concentration off. He got swarmed and kind of blowed up in the backfield, and that's going to be not the ideal starting position for the Mustangs. Not what they were looking for anyway.
No, the only good thing about starting this far back is you can put together a 90-yard drive and score. So,
yeah.
Well, 85 anyway. But, yeah, not great field position, but it was a super kick by their young man, Cheney's kicker. And it's not the same kicker as that they kick extra points with. They have a specialty kicker on the kickoffs.
Well, in Kansas, you see that often. As they hand the ball off to Zion Bell. Bell's going to get a couple 3-4 yards coming through here. He's going to get a gain of about, looks like a good solid 3. He's going to bring up second down now as if you're Coach Sieben, Coach, you know, you were on the sidelines here at Rock Creek for 28 years.
28 years, yeah.
What are you kind of feeling in your mind coming into this momentum right here?
Well, we need to control the ball for a while because Cheney had it longer than we did, so we got to hold on to the ball.
And that's a good way to get it going, is you give the ball off to Zion Bell. Zion Bell does what he does a nice little halfback dive, moves the sticks, picks up a first down, and that's he's just such a fun runner to watch. I mean, I don't remember many high school players being more fun to watch in a season than Zion Bell.
He's a good one.
Oh,
and you know, I tell you what, it's so valuable having a back like that in the backfield, just to hand it off to him if things aren't going real well and to hold on to the football.
Well, he keeps us multidimensional, and he's one of the big reasons why we're sitting 10-0 in November without a doubt. As we got trips to the right, Zion Bell stands by himself in the background. Smith's going to fake the handoff. He's going to look down the field. He's going to throw. He's going to try to attempt to get Jacob Perkins on that one, but a little bit of coverage. Kind of not quite the most accurate pass. It's going to land, fall incomplete, and bring up second down and 10 now.
Well, Jacob's feet got tripped up with Dietrich McDaniel, and so it slowed him on his route. I think he had him on that deep post, but when his feet got tripped up, it slowed him down, and so that kind of made the pass look way off the mark.
As we got single receivers right and to the left, they're going to hand this ball off to Zion Bell. He's going to follow an excellent block straight up to the middle by Grady Hastert, the right tackle. Grady Hastert is largely responsible for the yards after contact for Zion Bell on that one. But it's the story of the offensive line all season long. They get a good little decent gain on this play, and it makes the third down manageable.
Right. If we can keep that third and short, that makes this game a lot easier for us. Makes the play calling a lot easier, and it gives you the opportunity, to be able to go for it on fourth down if you have to.
Minute 55 left in the first quarter. Third down and 3 now for the Mustangs, as we got single receivers both to the right and to the left. We've got Perkins in motion. They're going to fake the handoff to him. They're going to give the ball to Bell. Bell's going to get enough of a gain to grab the first downs. They're going to move the chains. And that is what Rock Creek has got to keep doing all night long, is doing that when they need to get that first down.
It does. When you see number 52, Nick Allen, our left guard, when you see him pull, good things are usually going to happen, because all you got to do is put a hand on his back, and Zion's great at putting a hand on that pulling guard's back and just riding him through the hole.
For a high school running back, the kid's got so much patience, and it was shown right there as they're going to fake the handoff to Bell. Smith's going to be forced to roll out to the outside. He's going to throw. Didn't really have much of a receiver in the area. He would have loved to have found Jacob Perkins another 15 yards down the way, but not quite enough mustard on the hot dog as he's throwing off balance, rolling out of the pocket. It's going to land and bring up a second down and 10 now for the Mustangs.
Well, Aiden Cone beat somebody up front. I'm not sure where he was actually lined up, but he beat somebody up front, and so he was in Tate's face right at the snap of the ball. He is a 6'3", 253-pound junior that can run off that defensive line.
Absolutely. 3 receivers to the left now for the Mustangs. Zion Bell is going to be joined in the backfield. Luke Smith is going to be in the backfield with Tate Smith, as the pass attempt to Jacob Perkins is going to fall incomplete. He's going to get rocked by his mans. It's going to be a big tackle by Reese Toller, the quarterback. He's a bruiser on both sides of the ball, Coach, and that's a big fourth down now for the Mustangs.
Yeah, and I tell you, Reese Toller, when he comes to hit you, just like when we saw him run the ball at the goal line, he's a tough defensive player. He's a linebacker that will hit you. Is it fourth down or is it third down? They moved it up to third. Okay, well, yeah, we're third down. All right. They had the fourth down marker out. Kind of got me confused. But anyway, third down and 10 now for the Mustangs. 3 receivers to the left, single receiver to the right. Smith's in the backfield with Smith. Smith's going to drop back. He's going to run up as the pocket's going to get closed. Is that Ethan Tonser that went up and made that catch? It sure is. Huge catch by number 80, Ethan Tonser. He's been having himself a huge season. Standing at 6'3", the kid comes in, makes a huge catch, and that's going to be pretty dang close to the sticks, and we'll see what happens right here. They're kind of discussing where they're going to put it. The white hat says that's a first down, and so that's a Rock Creek Mustangs first down, Coach. That's what we need. I tell you, Durr and Dietz, their 2 defensive ends, came flying up the field, and our tackles, Kirksey and Hastert, they pushed them out and tried to run them up the field, so Tate had to step up into the pocket. It was a good pass, but it was even a better catch.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. That's one nice thing about Ethan Tonser, standing at 6'3". He can go up and make those types of catches. He's been doing it all season long, and right there it was very valuable in getting a first down. Getting to the other side of the field as we got a $1:03 left, so 63 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Time's going fast. And so every possession is super valuable, and basically Rock Creek's going to be looking to score on this one, as we got we got trips tight on the left. We got 2 receivers to the right. We have Perkins in motion. They're going to fake the handoff to him. Smith's going to keep the ball. He's not going to get any gain on that play. He's actually going to lose a couple yards.
Yeah, number 42, Colton Young.
Yeah.
He was the outside linebacker, and he didn't buy that. He didn't buy the jet sweep going away. We faked the jet sweep. We ran the quarterback back to the backside without a blocker, and Colton Young was waiting for us.
Colton Young, one of the halfbacks / fullback, one of the running backs for the Cheney offense. I mean, these kids on both sides of this ball, when it comes down into the Elite 8 of Kansas high school playoff football, you find that it's two-way ball and some really good players on both sides of the field. As we've got Perkins in motion, they're going to fake the handoff to him, give the ball to Zion Bell. Bell's going to get to the original line of scrimmage, maybe just a couple of feet past that for maybe a gain of yard, one beyond that. At least he gets past the original sticks. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 9 now for Rock Creek.
I'm really impressed with Cheney's defense. They're doing a good job. They've given up a couple long plays, but doing a good job.
That's the end of the first quarter. 7-0. Cheney is in the lead. This is the Backroads Broadcasting. We're going to hear a word from our sponsor, Prairie Winds.
Prairie Winds Family Care, we believe great care starts with a simple conversation. We are committed to providing exceptional, personalized care for your whole family. Our goal is simple, to treat you the way you would want your own family treated. From pediatrics and primary care to managing chronic conditions, mental health, hormone therapy, and medical weight loss management, we offer comprehensive services for every stage of life. We are healthcare you can trust right here in the community. Stop searching for a medical home and start building a lasting bond. Schedule an appointment today.
Welcome back to the Rock Flush America. 7-0. Cheney is in the lead so far over Rock Creek in this huge Class 3A Sectionals Championship. I'm Tyler Jackson, joined alongside legendary head coach Mike Beam. We do want to give a big shout-out to our friends from Cheney. We also want to give a big shout-out to the Cheney Senior Center. We know that they're tuned in this evening, and so to Donis Crane, thank you so much for tuning into the broadcast tonight. Best of luck to your Cardinals. You know, we're kind of homing for the Mustangs, but thank you guys so much for tuning in for us tonight. Thank you for watching on YouTube and also Facebook, as we got 451 people watching now. As Smith is going to be in the backfield. He's going to throw the ball long. It's going to be attempted to Ethan Tonser. Looks like they're going to be getting a nice little holding play on that one. He was in between Dietrich McDaniel and also Cason Fowler. And the yellow hanky comes out, Coach.
Well, I think Cason Fowler might have been there just a little bit early and grabbed the arms of Ethan, but it probably saved a long pass play.
I think it did. It did. Because it was a pretty good strike from Tate Smith to Ethan Tonser. That would have been a huge gain for Rock Creek. And honestly, you know what? With the penalty, it saved a few yards for the Cardinals. But the chains move now for Rock Creek, as the ball is going to go down to the 34-yard line, where it's going to be a 1st down and 10 now for the Mustangs. As we've got we've got Tonser to the left. We've got Luke Skinner in motion. Sorry, that's Perkins in motion. They're going to hand the ball off to Zion Bell. Bell's going to halfback dive, get a couple of yards off the right hash before getting tackled. And that's going to bring up just yet another gain of 3. As Zion's actually slow to get up, and oh man, that's not good.
Nope, that's not good.
He's hobbling off the field. That's that's not good for Rock Creek at all.
Well, now we'll see Luke Smith, number 22, coming in to relieve him. Once again, I've said Aiden Cohen's name several times tonight, and he was in on that tackle again. He's doing a good job of shedding the block and filling the hole.
Absolutely. So Luke Smith is the running back while they're assessing Zion Bell. He's on the bench here on the Rock Creek sideline as we have trip receivers to the left. Smith's in the backfield with Tate Smith. Tate Smith's going to get the ball. He's going to roll out to the left. He's got a little bit of green to work with. He's going to throw the ball up. It's going to be a catch. It's going to be brought in by Jacob Perkins. It's going to be pretty close to the sticks, but look at that, Coach. Far side of the field, there's a flag on the play.
That was a heck of a catch by Jacob Perkins, though,
Yes,
to come up with that ball.
Yes, it was. Tate Smith's been throwing a pretty good ball all season long since he came in as starter. Of course, the story of this Rock Creek team, Gavin Rosa, the senior, started for the first several games of the year. And then right before NCKL play, Tate Smith came in as the starter and has been absolutely lights out ever since. As they're going to be calling an illegal player downfield, which – I mean, you got to be really watching for that for those calls to get thrown on the high school ranks. But that's a penalty on Rock Creek that's gonna negate that awesome catch and even put him back a little bit further towards going to be 2nd down now and about 13-14 to go.
Yeah, the play took a long time to develop, and one of the linemen just got downfield a little bit too far.
Trips to the left, single receiver to the right. Smith and Smith in the backfield, the law firm. The law firm is Smith and Smith. As Tate Smith is going to roll out, he's going to throw the ball. They're going to call that an incomplete pass. That was an incomplete. Yep. His arm was in. His arm was moving forward as he got rocked on his blind side.
You know, we might have to use a tight end or an H-back or somebody to chip one of those defensive end. 75 and 45, Nolan Durr and Isaac Dietz have both been causing us trouble. Tate's had to step up into the pocket numerous times, and that time he just didn't get rid of the ball soon enough.
Aiden Cohen, another one that's a 6'3" junior. I mean, they've got some big boys up front. As Smith is going to be by himself, that's a hard count. So they're going to get that. That worked, man. That was good. That was good play. That was good quarterbacking by Tate Smith, offering a hard count, getting the encroachment for Cheney, and getting a plus gainage of 5 yards on the play.
Yeah, it's nice to get that 5 yards back. That's huge.
Still third down for Rock Creek. With the gain of 5, it's going to bring up 3rd down and 8 to go.
Another reason you do that hard count is to slow those defensive ends just a little bit.
Absolutely. So they're running a 4-3 front on that Cheney defense. As Smith's in shotgun. He's going to step back. He's going to fire to the left. He's looking for Luke Smith on that play. Luke Smith is well covered by Colton Young. It's going to land and complete and bring up 4th down now for the Mustangs.
Well, again, he was under duress. And again, Nolan Durr had a nice spin move. He started outside on Kirksey and then spun back into the inside and was right in his face when he was ready to throw that ball, and actually probably made him throw it a little bit before he wanted to.
4th down and 8 now for the Mustangs as they're going to be having trips to the right. 2 receivers to the left. Tate Smith's going to stand by himself and shotgun as he's going to look to the left. He's going to fire the ball. He's going to throw it, attempting for Luke Smith. That ball is going to fall incomplete. That is going to be a turnover on downs where Cheney will take over 1st down and 10 from the 30-yard line.
And that's one of the few bad throws I've seen Tate Smith make. I mean, for a sophomore, he has been great. But that one was a little bit rushed when he actually had some time. And we know it's tough as a quarterback. We see it with the best quarterback in the world, Patrick Mahomes. If he's under pressure, he starts throwing a little bit quicker than he wants to.
Absolutely. And my correction, Cheney will take over 1st down and 10 at the 33-yard line as we got trips to the left, single receiver to the right. Tonzer is going to get the ball. He's going to throw that one out to his big, tall, wide receiver, Quade Thomas. Thomas isn't able to quite grab the handle on that one. It's going to slip through his fingers, and it's going to fall incomplete to bring up 2nd down and 10 to go.
Quade pulled the little Giants move, looking at his fingers, looking at his hands,
Hilarious. What was that kid's name in Little Giants?
I don't remember.
Butterfingers. Butterfingers. Man, that's a great movie, Coach.
That was a great movie.
Yeah, that's 30 years old. Gosh,
Yeah.
Not to date us,
Yeah.
We're not getting over these guys.
Only our
right?
friends at the nursing home probably got that movie reference.
Absolutely. As we got 2 receivers to the right and left. We got some movement right there on Quade Thomas. That's going to be a false start on Cheney. It's going to back them up 5 yards. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 15 to go now as they're still waiting to make the official call.
Quade's having a
It's a false start.
tough go on this series. He first dropped that ball, and it was a perfect pass, and they had blockers out in front, but that happens. I mean, you start looking upfield, and it falls out of your hands. We see it at all levels.
Absolutely. So brings up 2nd down and 15 to go. 10:23 from Flush, America. Welcome to welcome to Rock Creek High School. As we've got Dimitri McDaniel in motion. They're going to hand the ball off to Colton Young. Young on a jet sweep to the outside. Going to get close to the original line of scrimmage. Going to get contained by a whole host of Mustangs. Going to get a gain, really about 3 on that play, and that's going to bring up now 3rd down and 12 to go for Cheney.
And that's what we expect to see from the Rock Creek defense. There were about 5 people to the ball, and you have to do that on a big back and a hard running back. But our defense really needs to continue to step up and make a big stop here and make Cheney have to punt the ball.
3rd down and 11 now for Cheney. This is a huge defensive play right now for this Mustangs defense as there's 2 receivers to the right. We've got Sam Johnson in motion. There's going to be a flag before the play goes off once again, called by the far side judge, and it's going to be a false start. So that's going to back up Cheney by yet another 5 yards. So that's going to bring up a big 3rd down and 17 to go.
Boy, this isn't the type of Cheney drive that we've seen this game so far. They haven't had this many penalties, and it's a huge bonus for us.
Absolutely. So Brings up third down and 17. We got two receivers both to the right and to the left. Young stands in the backfield with Tonzer as we've got Johnson in motion. Tonzer's going to throw up. They're going to throw a screen now. It's a low pass right at the shoelaces, but it's going to be caught by Kobe Robinson. Robinson's going to get a gain of 8, get past a yard past the original line of scrimmage. That's going to bring up fourth down, and they're going to mark that actually a gain of 7. So they're going to mark that fourth down and 10 to go now for Cheney.
I expect that we'll see our first punt of the evening, but that was a good slip screen. I mean, it was the exact same play that we ran earlier for a big gain. Clear everybody out and bring the slot guy underneath on a slip screen.
Absolutely, as it doesn't look like they're going into punt, but Rock Creek is lined up in punt formation. They do have a safety back deep as Johnson's going to throw the ball. That's going to be a pass. They're going to call that an interception. It's basically a punt. So add an interception, add a turnover to the stat line. Rock Creek's going to have the ball. They're going to take over first down and 10 from their own 47-yard line.
Yeah, Noah Valberg was the winner in that series or winner in that play because he credited with the interception. But you're right. I believe it was just a punt. Their punter that I've seen throughout the year has been number 75, but they must have felt more comfortable just throwing that deep pass.
Good news for the Rock Creek offense. Number 2, Zion Bell, is back in the lineup, which is a huge you got to have Zion Bell in there this deep in November football. As we've got two receivers stacked right and to the left. Audible look over to the sideline as Zion Bell goes from Smith's left to right directly behind him. Smith's going to take the snap, going to hand the ball off to Zion Bell. Bell's going to take a dive through the middle, get a gain of about 2.5, 3 yards, do his job, bring up second down, keep the forward momentum going as Rock Creek's now got the ball, second down and 7 to go.
Well, as good as their defensive line is playing, so is number 27, Caden Ludwig. He's had a lot of tackles already from his middle linebacker spot.
Yes, he has. As the 4-3 defense that Cheney's running, that big defensive line is met by an equally as big and athletic linebacker core directly behind them.
This is a tough defense for us to go against.
It really is. Hey, it's a tough matchup. You want to win a state title in Kansas? This is who you have to go through.
It's exactly.
You got to go through Cheney and Andale.
You got to play the best.
Absolutely. As we got two receivers both to the right and to the left, Smith and shotgun. Bell going to have a nice little misdirection move towards the sideline. Going to take the ball right up the middle. He's going to get met by a whole host of Cardinals. He's not going to gain anything. If anything, he's going to lose about a foot on that play. It's going to bring up an important third down and 9 now for this Rock Creek Mustang offense.
I tell you, I've been impressed with number 45, Nolan Durr. You know, like we said, he's 6'4", 241-pound senior, but, man, he is fast off the ball.
5 receivers now. Trips to the right, 2 receivers to the left. Smith stands by himself in shotgun. He's going to take the snap. He's going to look to the left. He's going to fire. He's going to find Luke Smith. Luke Smith's going to make an important catch. Going to move the sticks. That's going to be a big Rock Creek first down from the 41-yard line of Cheney, Coach.
You know, Luke Smith is our backup running back, but he is a great receiver, too.
Great receiver.
I mean, I've seen him this year make some huge catches, either out of the backfield or as a wide receiver, and I think we're going to have to rely on all those guys. We got a lot of weapons. We're going to spread it around.
Absolutely. As Rock Creek's moving the balls, we got trips to the rights. Smith's going to be in the backfield. He's going to have Zion Bell just directly to his right hip. Zion's going to make a misdirection move. He's going to get met in the backfield. He's going to get blowed up and just brought down real fast by that's going to be
Aiden Cohen, number 52. Again, met us in the backfield.
Yep.
You know, we've said his name a lot tonight, but, boy, he is so quick off the ball. And I believe he's lined up on probably our quickest lineman, Wade Rottinghouse. So, I mean, that shows you how a good athlete he is.
I mean, Aiden Cohen's a great defensive tackle, but he's also a great left tackle for the offensive line. As the Cheney defense is showing blitz right here. As we got quad receivers to the right. Peter Martini stands alone by himself to the left as Tate Smith is in shotgun. Smith barks out one snap, takes another one, gets the ball. He throws out. He finds Peter Martini. Peter Martini throws off his mans. He's going to make a nice little catch before stepping out of bounds. It's going to be a gain of, let's see where they spot it. It's going to be a gain of about 8 on that play, and it's going to bring up a third down and 3.5, 4 yards to go.
I think you're going to see that Coach Smith is going to start throwing those quicker passes because our protection isn't as good. I don't think it's that our O-line's not very good. Our O-line's great, but it's their defense is so well, and then those blitzes. So I think we're going to see a lot quicker passing game.
Absolutely. And thankfully we have some pretty shifty receivers that can make quick passes as we're going to give the ball to Zion Bell. Bell's going to get met in the backfield. Zach Cohen once again. Nope, that's actually going to be brought down by number 2. That's Reese Tolar, a quarterback that just plays a heck of a linebacker role. Going to meet Zion. Zion's going to lose some yardage on that, and it's going to bring up a huge 4th down.
He's a hard-nosed football player, quarterback-linebacker combination.
5 minutes left from the Rock in Flush, America. This game has been going fast so far. Been kind of a low-scoring affair. 7-0. Cheney is on top. Rock Creek now touching the ball for the 3rd time. Cheney's had the ball twice. Rock Creek's had it now a 3rd possession as we got 2 receivers to the right and left. We got extra linemen up there as Tate Smith's going to take the ball. He's going to look to the right. He's going to throw. He's going to find Jacob Perkins, and Perkins is going to make the big catch, step out of bounds, and that's a Rock Creek Mustang 1st down.
You know what impressed me there, I thought that was a throwaway. I thought he was just throwing it out of the way. And Jacob Perkins is so fast that he tracked that ball down on that out.
You know, when Perkins was out most of the season with that hand injury, man, it really when he came back, it showed that Jacob Perkins was back in the lineup.
He is a valuable receiver for us, or a valuable football player.
Yes, he is. As we got 2 receivers to the left, we've got Skinner and Tonser to the left. Peter Martini stands alone to the right side alongside Jacob Perkins. We've got Zion Bell in the backfield next to Tate Smith. Smith's going to take the ball. He's going to drop back. Oh, big pressure. Big way to escape. He's going to look up. He's going to find, who is that? Luke Smith is going to make the catch. He's going to get the 1st down, get a couple extra yards, and that's going to bring up a 1st down and goal for the Mustangs.
I tell you what, that was a great job by Tate Smith of stepping up in that pocket because he had big old number 45, Nolan Durr, coming right at him. And he stepped up underneath him and hit Luke Smith in perfect spot, and we had a big gain.
And the Mustangs are in the red zone, and Farmer State Bank is right there with them. Find farmerstatebankks.com and bank with them today, as this play's not going to get off. There's going to be a hanky thrown. It's going to be a penalty. Apparently, it's going to be a legal procedure on Rock Creek, so it's going to back them up 5 yards. That's going to steal some of that momentum. That gummit.
Yeah.
Have it, you know.
This has happened to us too many times tonight. When we get into the red zone, we have a penalty. And I think somebody on one of our wideouts just left a little bit early.
Once again, thank you to Farmer State Bank for being our Red Zone sponsor tonight and all season long. Visit farmersstatebankks.com. Strong, local, committed. Farmers State Bank, as we've got a 1st down and goal to go from the 9-yard line. 2 receivers to the left. It looks like we got Peter Martini to the right. Smith's in the backfield. Going to fake the handoff to Zion Bell. Going to look outside. He's got Luke Skinner. Skinner's going to make a football move, and he's going to get in. And that's a Rock Creek Mustang touchdown.
Great job by Luke Skinner. Tate did a super job to get rid of that ball, but Luke did an amazing move because he caught the ball, planted, let the defender go by, and then he was able to get in the end zone before the next defender got there. It was good coverage, but it was a great throw and a great move to get in the end zone.
And exactly what Rock Creek needed to do to get back into this game, as we do want to say big touchdown Mustangs. And that score tonight and all season long is brought to you by Faith Furniture in Manhattan. With Faith Furniture, you've got to have faith. As Jackson Pendle's on to kick off the extra PAT. It's up, it's long, and it's straight down I-70. And we're tied up from the Rock and Rock America. And, of course, tonight's Extra Points brought to you by Fox Home Innovations, your trusted local team for custom remodels, additions, and new builds. Whether you're updating a kitchen, expanding your living space, or creating the home of your dreams, Fox Home Innovations brings craftsmanship and quality to every project. Dream it, and Fox builds it. Visit foxhomeinnovations.com to start your next project today. 3:17 left on the dial in the first half. Coach Mike Beam, the legendary head coach from right here in Rock Creek for 28 seasons, my friends. We're all tied up at the Rock.
Oh, I tell you what, like I said, if you don't get excited for a game like this, you probably ought to call your cardiologist because there's something wrong with your heart. I got to give a shout out to one of my former linebackers. Just said I had a beautiful voice on the radio or on the broadcast. Nobody has ever accused me of that, but Colder Souther just commented on my great voice. It's usually just the opposite. And he never commented when he was playing for me that I had a great voice. So I don't know probably because I never hollered at him.
Looks like we're getting some YouTube comments as far as pronunciations, by the way. We do want to give a big thank you to Greg Flores. Aiden Cohen, right? So I'm from Southwest Kansas. I'm from Dodge City originally. There's either Cohens or Canes.
Yeah. Which is it?
It's Kane,
Oh,
bro.
Kane.
We've been wrong on that one.
I knew both of those also, and so Kane, I'll work on that. But he's a heck of a player.
And then Cheney, Cardinals Insider, reminds us it's Cheney, not Cheney. So Cheney is who we're playing. Kane, Dietrich, all right. And then Lise is Lice. All right, good job. Thank you so much to all of our friends in Cheney for watching. This game. Yep. Thank you as well for everybody for tuning in to this Backroads Productions broadcast of the Sectionals Championship for the Acacia 3A football playoffs live from Flush, America, St. George, Kansas. We're just about a stone's throw just to the east in Pottawatomie County outside of Manhattan. We're so grateful for you to join us tonight. I'm Tyler Jackson, joined alongside head coach Mike Beam. Mike Beam was a coach here at Rock Creek for 28 seasons from 1991 when they formed, correct?
Well, 1992. I was the second
92.
coach.
Okay, all right.
Don Patterson, that'll be a trivia question, was the original coach here for 1 year.
That's a great trivia question. As the kick from Jackson Pendle tonight, like it has been all season long, sails out of bounds, where Cheney will take over now. First down and 10, as we've got two receivers both to the right and to the left. Toller is in the backfield, as we now have McDaniel in motion. They're going to hand this ball off. They're going to pitch this ball out to Colton Young. Young's going to get some extra yardage on the outside. He's going to sneak his way, get a gain of about 6 before going out of bounds, and that's going to bring up a 2nd down and 4 to go now for the Cardinals.
Colton Young showed some speed there, because I really thought we had that play sniffed out. We made the pitch come early, and then we had a guy at the back, but he was able to outrun our linebacker.
3:12 left in a tightly contested battle, which we knew this would be. We knew this would be a great game from start to finish, and so far this contest is what we've been hoping it would be. Hopefully the second half is just as great, as we've got Colton Young in motion. He's going to get the ball. He's going to get a couple yards through the middle or through the outside. He's going to get the first down. He's going to get brought down by Noah Valberg on that play, the cornerback. It's going to move the sticks, as it's going to be a Cheney 1st down and 10 to go.
Another good run by Colton Young, because Ezra Spiller had him right in the hole, and Colton put on just a little bit of a move to get those extra yards. Because you don't want to meet Ezra head on.
No, you
don't. You want to try to go around him.
A great catcher for baseball season. Of course, Rock Creek has a championship baseball team and a great linebacker as well. So he's showing blitz right here, as we've got, Corday Kirksey tried to get in there. He's able to get the pass off. Toller is a great attempt downfield by Sam Johnson. That's going to fall incomplete. He had some excellent coverage. I mean, that could have gone either way, but he had some extra coverage from Jackson Pendle, our kicker, and also Noah Valberg deep on that pass.
Yeah, Jackson did a good job of running with him step for step, but the ball was there. I mean, it would have been a circus catch, but I think the big thing was Kirksey was able to put some pressure on the quarterback and get him out of the pocket.
2nd down and 10 to go. 2:39 left here in the first half. We've got trips to the left, single receiver to the right. Tuller stands by himself in the backfield alongside Colton Young. Young is going to go from right to left, as Tuller's going to keep this one himself. As we saw a big, powerful linebacker try to force his way through there, but Corday Kirksey, the 5'11", 233-pound defensive end, is going to make the big stop on that play, as he's going to be joined by bringing him out of bounds with some other Mustang defenders.
Nice job by Corday to stay at home, shed that block, and then be able to bring down that huge quarterback.
Huge quarterback he is, and I mean, from the game tonight, of course, this is limited for what we've seen Cheney play, but I mean, dude, he's just as good of a linebacker as he is a quarterback.
He is. He's an impressive football player.
As we've got two receivers both to the right and to the left. Colton Young is going to stand at the hip of Toller, who is in shotgun. Toller's going to step back. He's got some pressure in his face. He's going to be hit as he throws. That ball is going to hit the shoulder pads of Dietrich McDaniel. It's going to fall incomplete. It's going to bring up a big 4th down now for the Cheney Cardinal, as Toller is going to be slow to get up on that play. He took a shot. I was my eyes were downfield.
Yeah.
I didn't see who the Mustang defenders were. He took a shot. Oh, and he's laying back down. Dude.
Yeah.
He got hit pretty hard.
I believe Wade was the first one there, Wade Rottinghouse. but there
Oh,
were two,
man.
so I don't know whether Corday or Nick Allen, one of the other. It was another 50, but great pressure. But once again, Reese Toller put that ball right on the money and did a great job of standing in there, even though he knew the pressure was going to take him down. But they got him up. He's moving around. Probably all that weight knocked the wind out of him, but he will have to come out for a play. So that's going to bring up 4th and 10. And the Cheney Cardinals will probably punt this time. We haven't seen a punt out of them yet. We just had the long pass that looked like a punt.
As that's going to bring thankfully he's walking off the field. You never want to see especially a really good competitor like that. I mean, he took a shot right through the midsection, never assuming, but that was a good hard hit. It's going to bring up 4th down now to go for Cheney, as it looks like we're going to be having Sam Johnson, the 5'10", 163-pound sophomore, is going to be our quarterback. Standing to the left of him is going to be Colton Young. The first time they punted, it was similar to this. He just kind of threw the ball up in the air, and it looks like he is going to step back. It's kind of a bad snap. He's going to kick the ball. Deep is going to be Jacob Perkins for Rock Creek. Perkins is going to get swept up by his feet. Man, that was a good, strong effort coming through by
Kobe Robinson.
And Robinson came up talking a little bit of smack, and it looks like they might have thrown a flag on him.
I think, it was a great play by Kobe Robinson, but I believe he was just a little bit overexcited in the face of Jacob Perkins, and so it will probably end up costing him 15 yards. But it was a quick kick, and that was kind of what I was expecting the first time out of Cheney, was that quick kick. Well, no. We're wrong again. It's against us, a block in the back.
Yeah, blocking the back on Rock Creek, as that's going to back us up now 10 yards. It's going to be a 10-yard penalty, so it's going to be 1st down and 10 for Rock Creek from the 28-yard line. Let's step aside real fast. We're going to hear from one of our sponsors. We've got Price Physical Therapy.
Price Physical Therapy, a new clinic located in Wamego. They specialize in orthopedic rehabilitation following total joint replacements, arthroscopy procedures for ACL, rotator cuff, meniscus, sports rehab, and injury prevention. They individualize care and treatments of athletes at every level and work with the athlete from initial injury until they return to play.
Back to the Rock now. Smith is going to throw the ball out to Luke Smith. Smith's going to dive, make an attempt at that, didn't quite catch it. That's going to bring up 2nd down and 10. And, of course, a big thank you to Price Physical Therapy. I think you got some experience with them lately.
I tell you what, Brian Price is a magician. This is my 2nd knee replacement, and it was 10 days out, and I was able to walk the 40 steps up here to this press box. So I appreciate Price Physical Therapy.
Well, that's both knees for now, right?
Yeah, both knees.
You got a brand new man.
Oh,
hey,
yeah.
You're Superman. You're 2% titanium now.
That's right. Or
As
plastic. I couldn't afford the titanium. I went plastic.
Well, nevertheless, we're glad that you're feeling good, and shout out to Price Physical Therapy for being one of the sponsors of the game tonight. As Zion Bell is now back in the backfield with Tate Smith. Smith's going to he's going to fake the handoff to Zion Bell. He's going to throw out. He's going to find Luke Smith in a wheel route. Smith's going to break a couple of tackles. He's going to get the 1st down. He's got some green. He's going to be making some space. He gets down to the 35-yard line before he gets pushed out of bounds by Sam Johnson from Cheney. That's a huge gain, the biggest gain of the night for Rock Creek, and that's going to be a big 1st down for the Mustangs.
That was a great play. I think it was an RPO where he could have either given it to Zion or tossed it out to Luke Skinner. And Luke Skinner had a great move down the sideline, and we know he has speed, and he showed that speed to get that big gain.
That was a great catch by Skinner. Great extra yardage as they get down now to the 34-yard line where Mustangs have it in Cheney territory. 1st down and 10. They're going to call a hard snap count. They're going to audible, look to the sideline. They're going to continue on as we got trips to the right, 2 receivers to the left. They're going to look to the left, and Luke Smith, it was in his hands. He turned around before he secured the ball. He was already looking downfield, and he couldn't quite haul it in.
Yeah, we see that happen all the time. Like we said, at all levels, running before you actually have the ball in your hands.
It's kind of like me going to a Chinese buffet, right? My eyes are always bigger than the menu, right?
That's right.
Looking at the menu, it's like, oh, I want it all. Then you get halfway through a plate, and you're like, maybe I'm not going to be able to get a gain of 20 on this play.
It would be huge for us to get some points out of this drive with 1:19 to go because Cheney will have the ball coming out 2nd half.
Absolutely, as we've got two receivers to the left in Skinner and Martini. We got Smith in the backfield, joined by Zion Bell. They're going to give the ball to Bell. Bell's going to bounce to the outside, try to get some good distance on the outside. He's going to get a gain of about 5, maybe 6. He's going to get down to the 30-yard line. Clock is going to continue to run, so he didn't quite get out of bounds. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 7 yards to go now, as it looks like somebody's going to be calling our first timeout, and Rock Creek is going to be taking their first timeout of the half. They've got 2 timeouts left. It's our first timeout of the game, so Cheney has 3 timeouts, Rock Creek has 2, and we're going to step aside right now. We're going to take a quick commercial break from our sponsors. We got Midwest Custom Lake Cars.
The market for a new or used golf cart, Midwest Custom Lake Carts and Par 5 Carts in Cheney currently has the largest selection of custom or new Icon carts in central Kansas. Par 5 Carts is the only authorized Wichita area Icon dealer, and Midwest Custom Lake Carts has nearly 14 years building dream carts in the Midwest. Check out our work at MidwestCustomLakeCarts.com. Call or text Ron at 316-305-2445 or Ryan at 316-218-2490.
As we're back to the Rock Creek High School, Flush, America, just outside of St. George, just outside of Manhattan, in between Manhattan and Wamego in Pottawatomie County. Big thank you to Custom Lake Cars. They are our sponsor for this quarter. Midwest Custom Lake Cars, man. There's some, of course, Cheney's famous for the Cheney Reservoir, and those are some pretty slick-looking golf carts, Coach.
Well, and it's a railroad town, I think. So, yeah.
Well, I guess we'll have to find that out. And the shortstop bandit brain teaser coming up here in just a few minutes. You like the Aflac trivia question? Well, hey, we've got the shortstop bandit brain teaser. We'll be breaking that out coming up here in just a few minutes, as we got 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Smith's going to take the ball in the backfield. He's going to throw this to Luke Smith. Smith's got some distance on the outside. He's at the 10. He had 1 man to beat, got dragged down by the feet. He gets knocked out of bounds at the 7-yard line. A huge gain with 54 seconds left. That's going to bring up first down and goal now for the Mustangs.
Oh, that was a big play. It was a big play by Landon Ming, number 30, to make that tackle, because Luke Smith, I thought he was going to take it into the end zone, but Landon Ming made a big play.
Smith, if he had just a scotch, I think that's the scientific measurement right there.
That's
scotch.
right.
He would have been able to get past that. As they're going to hand the ball off to Zion Bell. Bell's going to go straight up the middle. The Belldozer's going to dive in the end zone, and that's going to be a big Rock Creek Mustang touchdown.
Huge play. I mean, a huge score for us with 31 seconds to go in this half. We needed those points because, like I said, Cheney's going to come out with the ball the second half, and it's also a boost to our morale.
Absolutely. As that touchdown tonight and all season long is brought to you by our good friends at Faith Furniture in Manhattan. At Faith Furniture, you've got to have faith. 31 seconds left. It's 13-7 Rock Creek, as Jackson Pendle, our talented right leg kicker, is going to take the snap. Ball's going to get put down. He's going to hit that one straight down Broadway, and it's going to be an extra point good, as tonight's extra points brought to you by Fox Home Innovations, your trusted local team for custom remodels, additions, and new builds. Whether you're updating a kitchen, expanding your living space, or creating the home of your dreams, Fox Home Innovations brings craftsmanship and quality to every project. Dream it, and Fox builds it. Visit foxhomeinnovations.com to start your next project today. 31.9 seconds left on the clock. Rock Creek now has the lead, 14-7 from the Sectional Championship in the 3A playoffs, Coach. We're in the Elite Eights, and this team's trying to punch their ticket to the Final Four.
I tell you what, like I said, that was a huge score for us right before half. We were a little bit shaken, I think, by the physical nature of Cheney's football team. And I thought coming in that we were going to be able to expose our secondary a little bit more than we have been doing. But give our coaching staff credit. They've stayed the course. They kept running Zion Bell, and then they also was mixing in the pass. And then they took care of the pass rush a little bit with the quick passing game to slow those great pass rushers down of Cheney.
You said it. One adjustment that Rock Creek had to make was get the ball out of Tate Smith's hand quicker. You can't be holding on to the ball with that talented forefront defensive line rushing in, throwing in some blitzes. Get the ball out of his hands, and that's what's happened. Look at that last drive, getting it to Luke Skinner on that RPO, getting it to Luke Smith, as that was a Well, I mean, I don't think it was intentional.
Boy, yeah, I'm not for sure on that.
But we're in the middle of we're just over here cooking, and all of a sudden, we got this thing happening.
I'm thinking maybe Coach told him, let's squib kick this so they don't get a return, but we actually hit the guy up front. And so now the bad thing is
absolutely.
They have the ball at the 50-yard line with 30 seconds to go and 3 timeouts.
Yeah, so if you're Cheney, that's an ideal field position, especially to try to capture some of this momentum going into the halftime, as they're going to get the ball now, first down and 10 from their own 49-yard line. So outside of a huge kickoff return, that's ideal field position for the Cardinals, as we're going to be having 2 receivers to the left, single receiver to the right. Good news is Reese Toller is back in the lineup for the Cardinals. He took a shot on that last drive, went out. Sam Johnson came in for his place. But we got Colton Young standing to his left as Toller is going to take a step back. He's going to fire long. That's going to come up short. That's going to be intercepted by Noah Valberg for the Mustangs. That's a huge interception for Rock Creek.
Great high point by Noah to go up there and get the ball, because the receiver was behind him, but Noah did a good job of breaking in front and snatching that ball out of the air. And, we only had a 3-man rush, so we were dropping 8. And thank goodness that we were able to pick that ball off.
Slightly underthrown. Noah Valberg was able to gain the position and make that catch. And, of course, that turnover is brought to you by Sunflower Consulting and Bookkeeping, helping local businesses stay organized, compliant, and focused on growth. Sunflower Consulting and Bookkeeping, your numbers, our business. As the first timeout of the half is called by Cheney. They've got 2 left. Rock Creek has 2 left, as Rock Creek's going to take over the ball now after that turnover with 23 seconds left, as we're going to break out the shortstop bandit brain teaser of the game. Are you guys ready for this? All right, this is fun for our friends in Cheney. This one's actually an ode to you guys. Once again, thank you so much for coming up to Rock Creek. We're grateful to have you alongside us as our shortstop bandit brain teaser of the game. So this trivia question. So the town of Cheney, Kansas is named after which railroad executive? Do you know this one, Coach?
I cheated and I looked at it earlier today, but I could have just wowed you with my knowledge, my railroad knowledge.
You could have. So I'm a nerd, man. I'm telling you, every 5 o'clock when I get home, I have to watch Jeopardy. Yeah. I have a big old bulldog. He's 75 pounds. His favorite TV show is Jeopardy, so we have to watch Jeopardy. So use context clues, right? But this game's Bandit Brain Teaser is brought to you by Shortstop. No matter where you're going or how long it takes you to get there, you'll always have time for a shortstop. The town of Cheney, Kansas is named after which executive? We'll break that out in the second half and kind of give you the story behind that, as we're going to be lining up in the dare to say victory formation, but the end of first half formation, as the Mustangs are just going to be taking a knee. They're going to be sending this one to the locker room, as Cheney's already starting to peel off. The sidelines are starting to peel off. The scoreboard started to peel off as we're at 10 seconds and running, and that is going to be the end of the first half. From Flush, America, from the Rock, it is 14-7, and the Rock Creek Mustangs are leading. Coach, how's your knee holding up? You doing all right?
A little stiff. I keep icing it, though, and that helps. Yeah.
Of course, Coach Mike Beam, legendary head coach, joined with me. It's an honor, my friends. I'm just a dude from Manhattan that did radio stuff for a long time, and I was asked by Backroads Broadcasting to do the Rock Creek games this season. And my niece, shout out to Brooklyn Dye, she signed her national letter of intent this morning at the Rock Creek High School gym to play softball.
Congratulations, Brooklyn.
Yep, at Southeastern Community College. So a big shout out to Brooklyn. And oh, there she is. She's down there with all of her friends taking her picture in a nice little K-State jersey. She's my sweetie. That's my sister's only daughter, and that's my baby.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
But I'm just a dude that likes Rock Creek. They had some radio background. So, Coach, it's an honor to be able to do these games with you, my friends.
We had some good times on the sideline, and we also had some bad times. But
yes, we did.
No matter what it was always good to see your smiling face at halftime or at the end of the game.
Well, it's truly an honor to be a part of this Backroads Broadcasting game. As we got 14 and a half minutes until the end of the until the end of halftime, we're going to step aside. And we'll be back in a few minutes, live from the Rock Creek, Flush, America, St. George, Pottawatomie County, Middle America, Kansas, baby. Rock Creek's up 14-7 over Cheney in the high school playoffs.
Overwhelmed with receipts, invoices, payroll, and balancing your books? Keeping your financial records organized can be time-consuming and confusing. Contact Cheryl with Sunflower Consulting and Bookkeeping. She provides expert services to help your business stay on track. She ensures your books are ready for tax season, avoiding any last-minute stress. Call Cheryl for a free consultation at 785-506-4008. Reliable, professional, and affordable bookkeeping services you can count on.
Price Physical Therapy, a new clinic located in Wamego. They specialize in orthopedic rehabilitation following total joint replacements, arthroscopy procedures for ACL, rotator cuff, meniscus, sports rehab, and injury prevention. They individualize care and treatments of athletes at every level and work with the athlete from initial injury until they return to play, including strength, endurance, agility, and coordination drills. Experience the difference with Price Physical Therapy. To schedule your appointment, visit pricephysicaltherapy.com.
once again. Welcome back to the Rock, Flush, America, Pottawatomie County, Kansas. Welcome back to the 3A Sectional Championship game. It's the Elite Eights of the Acacia 3A High School Football Playoffs. I'm Tyler Jackson, joined alongside by legendary head coach, Coach Mike Beam, longtime head coach here. Coach, as we're nearing the end of the actual halftime, Rock Creek stands up on the scoreboard 14-7.
Well, I tell you what, it was a great first half of football. First thing, you know that we live in God's country when it's 64 degrees on November the 14th at 7:20 at night.
Absolutely.
It's a perfect night for football, and the fans are definitely getting their money's worth. It was a great first half. That was such a big score for Rock Creek right before half, and then to be able to make sure after that not onside kick, gave them great field position, be able to intercept that ball to keep them out of the end zone.
As we're going to throw down now to our sideline reporter. He's a senior right here at Rock Creek High School, and he's done a great job of helping us cover the games all season. But we got Mr. Xander Dick. Xander, take it away, buddy.
Thank you, Tyler. During the first half, it was pretty exciting being able to be down here. Rock Creek has been very exciteful in the second quarter. During the first quarter, it was very quiet. I mean, the hype was not there, but in the second quarter, something flipped. I mean, this team was electric. For Cheney, they had a lot of momentum in that first quarter, but second quarter, something fell off. For this next half for Rock Creek, they got to keep doing what they did in that second quarter. They got to be more aggressive, and they just got to be more physical. And then for Cheney, they just got to stop the pass. I mean, Rock Creek has gone away from their bread and butter this year to go to something they're not very strong in. So for Cheney, it's stopping the pass and obviously keep containing the run, and then for Rock Creek, it's just keep doing what they're doing. Back up to you, Tyler.
Awesome. Xander Dick, once again, senior in high school right here. He's been our sideline analyst, or our color analyst for most of the season, and he's done a great job. So thank you so much, Mr. Xander. But we're back up here in the booth. Coach, I do have to say before we start the second half, I did not mean to offend the entire county of Sedgwick and the town of Cheney. Man, we've got a lot of name pronunciations. I guess I wasn't calling it Cheney, right? Maybe I was thinking of John Cheney, the old Temple basketball coach back in the 80s.
That's right. I'm just going to plead ignorance. I'm an ex-football coach, and so I will plead ignorant on all that.
So if you're watching the broadcast and you're from Cheney, Kansas, my sincerest apologies. Our sincerest apologies. We will do better, okay?
I have been very impressed with the play of the Cheney Cardinals, both offensively and defensively. We only had 2 games this year that there was not a running clock, I believe, maybe 3. And so this has been really nice to have a quality opponent, and this is one of the best high school football teams I've seen over the last several years.
Without a doubt. And at the initial coin toss to start the game, Cheney did win the toss. They deferred to the second half. Rock Creek did elect to receive to start off the game, and so that means starting off here in the second half, Cheney will be getting the ball first as Jackson Pendle. Man, you shared a stat about Jackson Pendle at halftime, Coach, that still blows my mind. He's got a really strong leg, and what was that stat that you had?
Jackson Pendle is 55 of 56 for PATs this year. That's unheard of at high school football.
I mean, dude, look at this launch. She just launched it, just kicked it down to the 1-yard line where this ball is going to get returned. Oh, my gosh, he's got some speed on him, and that is going to be number 1 for Cheney returning that. It is going to be Dietrich, another name apparently I've been butchering all night, but Dietrich McDaniel is going to be returning that ball, and that's where he's going to have a nice return on that as Cheney's going to take over now for the first drive of the second half, first down and 10 from their 33-yard line.
The way McDaniel started off with that ball, I was afraid that he was going to take it to the house. So the Mustangs did a good job of filling those lanes. They do start with good field position, but it could have been a lot worse for us.
Absolutely. As there's 2 receivers to the right, single receiver to the left, and Quade Thomas as Toller is going to be in the backfield. He's going to keep the ball to himself. He's going to throw it on an option. He's going to throw this ball out to Dietrich McDaniel. McDaniel is going to get a couple of yards. He's going to get some additional yardage after contact. Overall, a pretty good run, and going to get down about halfway, gain of 6 yards. Going to bring up a second down and 4 now for the Cardinals.
That was a great run because Carson Taburin had him for about a 1-yard gain, and he just slipped out of Carson's hands and turned a 1-yard gain into a 6-yard gain.
an option for this Cheney team is a good bet to go with, because between Reese Toller, the 6'4", 200-pound quarterback, and either Colton Young or Dietrich McDaniel or Sam Johnson, any of those talented weapons on that offensive side makes an option a great option for the Cardinals. As they're going to hand this ball off now, that's going to be going to Sam Johnson. Johnson's going to be met by Jackson Pendle, our incredible kicker turned linebacker, coming in and saying, hello, sir.
He not only kicks the ball really well, that time he kicked the heck out of the running back well. I mean, he did a super job of flying up from his safety spot to fill that gap.
As the officials are going to be calling a timeout now, they're going to be – it's an equipment issue. That was an equipment issue on Sam Johnson. They had him go out for this play as the Cardinals are going to huddle back up. Clock's running. Man, this game has gone by fast. Of course, a 6 p.m. time just to let our friends from Cheney get down there a little bit quicker does make it seem a little bit faster, especially when the sun sets at 5:15. But nevertheless, we've got one receiver in motion. Toller's going to keep this ball himself. He's going to have some good momentum, a good steam of momentum to get the first down, get close to the 46-yard line, and that's where the Cardinals are going to move the sticks and have a first down and 10.
When Reese Toller takes off and puts his head down and runs, I mean, that is a tough man to tackle. That 6'4", 200-pound quarterback, linebacker, bulldozer. You know, I mean, he is a stud.
We've got single receivers on the right end to the left. We've got Johnson and Young in the backfield with Toller. Toller's going to give the ball now to Young. Young's going to get up to the right side. He's going to get stopped by Corday Kirksey, and that talented defensive line from Rock Creek going to make a big stop. It's going to bring up a second down after a gain of 1 yard to be 9 yards to go.
Well, Corday was there first and did a good job, but Noah Valberg came down from his safety spot and really helped make that tackle to keep that to a 1 yard gain.
Of course, Noah Valberg making that big interception at the end of the first half. A nice little player for Rock Creek, standing at 6'1", 175 pounds as a junior. As we got two receivers to the right, single receivers to the left. Toller is going to be in shotgun. He's going to be looking towards his bench. They're going to be calling an audible. They go to their wristbands. Team gets on the same page. Young is going to stand at Toller's left side. Young's going to take the snap. He's going to drop back to pass. He's going to look to his right side. That's going to be short. That's going to be thrown short. It's going to be picked up by Luke Skinner. Skinner's going to drop the ball. Thankfully, Ezra Spiller is right there to get on top of it. Nevertheless, whether it's an interception, fumble, interception, no matter what, it's going to be a Rock Creek turnover. So it's going to be first down and 10. As we do have some bad news real quick. They are calling real quick to come out to the far side of the field where Ezra Spiller is going to be he's going to be down. So what happened right there is Rock Creek got the interception. Luke Skinner made the interception. He did fumble the ball. Ezra Spiller jumped on the ball. Who knows what could have happened with that as far as an injury is concerned.
Hopefully when he jumped on the ball, he landed on the ball.
Coach, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Got the air knocked out of him, or worse.
As Ezra is coming out. Big number 7, a great catcher during baseball season. He's just an overall athlete. His dad, Monty Spiller, played at Kansas State back in the 90s. Monty, you can see right behind him, is one of the coaches for this Rock Creek team, and it's he's a tough kid, so we'll see what happens, and we'll regroup. But nevertheless, Rock Creek does have the ball now, first down and 10 from the Cardinals' 45-yard line as Tate Smith is in the backfield. We've got Toburin in motion. They're going to hand the ball off to Zion Bell. Bell's going to get to the original line of scrimmage and not much more. Thankfully for the gain of momentum, he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, but he was met up by a swath of Cardinals, perhaps a nest of Cardinals, and pushed back. That's going to bring up second down and 10 now for the Mustangs.
Well, just to go back to that previous play, because Luke Skinner did a super job of intercepting that ball. And we need to mark this time in the third quarter, first drive, we get a big turnover. So now we just need to take advantage of it here on offense.
And, of course, that takeaway is brought to you by Sunflower Consulting and Bookkeeping, as Tate Smith is going to be in the shotgun. He's going to be looking to his left. He's going to find, is that Luke Smith? Nope, that's Jacob Perkins. Perkins is going to come back, catch the ball, get a gain of about 5 before getting brought down by his neck. Gain of 5 is going to bring up third down and 5 now for the Mustangs.
Gus Moorhead is a little slow getting up there, too. In fact, he's down. I believe they're going to bring their coaches or their trainers out for him.
So we've seen a few more, perhaps, gentlemen banged around this evening. You know, this is the 11th game of the season for both of these teams. Rock Creek so far on the season is 10-0, 7-3 for Cheney. 11th game of the season, Coach. I mean, that's almost. I mean, that's quite. That's almost that's what the K-State's going to play this year.
Right. That's a lot of football, but that's what everybody strives to do in high school football is to keep that going. One thing that I have noticed too throughout this game is how good sportsmanship is. Every time, even after the kid made the tackle there, we were trying to help him up. I mean, it's been good sportsmanship. You can play hard, and this is a physical football game.
Yes, it is.
A lot of hard hits, but the guys have really done a good job on both sides of the ball.
Hey, way to point that out, Coach. As we got 7:54 left in the third quarter, we've got trips to the left, single receiver to the right for Rock Creek. As Tate Smith's in the shotgun with Zion Bell to his left. Smith's going to look to the left. Bell's going to go advance forward. He's going to get bum rushed. He's going to get taken down. Ada Kane is going to be the sackler. He's going to be the defensive lineman with the sack on that play. He came through, overtook his mans, and that's a huge loss for the Mustangs, as that's going to bring up a huge fourth down now for Rock Creek.
Well, I've been singing his praise all night long, even though I was using the wrong name, but Aiden Kane has a super football player. Tate probably should have gotten rid of that ball a little bit quicker, held it a little bit too long, and gave up the sack.
Well, first real sack of the night tonight. Aiden Kane, 6'3", 253 junior, just shot right in there. Big, strong, physical player for the Cardinals, making a huge stop when his team needed him the most. As Jackson Pendle sends a beautiful punt, booming. That one's going to be picked up. Oh, that's going to be a big momentum head, as that's going to be returned by Dietrich McDaniel. Had a great opening half kickoff return. This punt return right here is a great one, as that was actually the first punt, right?
Yeah.
That was the first Mustangs punt of the night, as Dietrich McDaniel is going to run that ball into Rock Creek territory, and the Cardinals are going to take over now. First down and 10 from the 44-yard line.
Yeah, even though that was the right decision to punt the ball, I never liked punting the ball. We always told our guys that was admitting failure. I took a lot of grief over not punting the football in all of my years, but that's one thing that will happen right there. Change momentum, and now they have the ball about where we punted it from.
Would you have punted right there with 4th and 20, right after that big sack, though?
Probably not.
I love Coach Beam. He's the best. As Toller's going to get the ball. He's got the ball on the turf. He's going to pick that up. Oh, man, Corday Kirksey had a shot. You can see from our end zone cam. Corday Kirksey, number 57, almost topped on that. But Toller, Reese Toller, the 6'4" guy, just reached down, got that ball back.
Ezra Spiller poked that thing out, and Corday almost had that recovery, which would have been another huge turnover. And that's probably going to be the key to this game is who controls the football and who doesn't turn it over this half.
Man, Corday Kirksey, our defensive end, and Ezra Spiller, the 6', 220-pound senior Mike linebacker, coming in to combine on the tackle for that. As we got trips to the right. We're going to hand the ball off to Young in the backfield. Going to miss a tackle from Spiller, get to the original line of scrimmage, get a gain of about 1 from where they were just at, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down and 10 now. But a real strong value effort for Rock Creek to get in there, and the Rock Creek crowd is pretty excited for this.
Yeah, this is a big down.
It's a huge down, as it's going to be 3rd down and 10 to go. 5:35 and running from Flush America and the Rock at Rock Creek High School. Welcome to this Backroads Broadcasting presentation of some Class 3 Acacia football. We've got 10-0 Rock Creek against 7-3 Cheney in a huge contest. We've got 2 receivers, both to the right and to the left. Toller's going to be in the backfield by himself. We've got Sam Johnson in motion. Sorry, that's going to be Dietrich McDaniel in motion.
What a play by Jackson Pendle, shooting up from his safety spot to stop that jet sweep. That was a great play.
Absolutely, and we've seen it all. We've seen it this quarter specifically, but once McDaniel gets ahead of steam, he's a pretty fast runner.
He is.
And so that was a great play by Pendle to get in there and stop that forward momentum, as it brings up a 4th down now. We've been watching Cheney. The way that they've been doing it all night is Sam Johnson's been lining up in the back. The first time they went to punt, he threw the ball deep. Second time he actually kicked the ball, so we'll see what happens right here. But we got Johnson in shotgun. Young is right next to him on his right-hand side. Calls real hard to try to draw the defense off. Not going to work. Looks at the sideline. Looks at his receiving core. We've got, of course, Toller to the left. Toller's in motion now. The quarterback normally is Johnson's going to step back. He's going to do a rugby-style kick. It's going to be real low. It's going to be picked up by Noah Valberg. Valberg's going to try to get some gain and some momentum on the outside. He does miss his tackle. He gets an extra 7 yards. They're going to throw a flag on the play. After the conclusion of that, he did get an extra 7 yards after he kind of made a move around Quade Thomas, the 6'6" normal wide receiver for Cheney, as we're going to wait to see what the white hat calls on this play.
And Noah is not our normal punt returner, but we stayed in our safe defense because of the quick kick. Not sure if he was going to quick kick it or not, but Noah did a great job, of returning that ball and getting us some positive yards. Just whenever you catch a punt, on average, you save yourself 12 yards. So it's important to always catch the punt, or otherwise you're giving up 12 yards of field position on average.
That should be a shortstop bandit brain teaser at some point.
It should be.
The knowledge of Mike Beam, the one and only.
That's why I always had 2 returners. We never wanted the ball to hit the ground. Little target.
And it looks like it's going to be a legal contact called on Cheney. That might be a 15-yarder, Coach. Or is
I think
just
it will
10?
be. I thought it'd be a 15-yard penalty.
Yeah, that ended up being a 15-yarder because he went out to 27. We're at the 47. He went out to 30, and we're at the 47. So he went out to 32. We're at the 47. That was a 15-yard penalty. Rock Creek's going to have the ball. 4:13 left here in the third quarter. It is the Sectionals Championship, or the Elite Eight of the Keisha 3A State Football Playoffs. Rock Creek does have the lead, 14-7. They've got the ball back, 1st and 10 to start off a brand new drive from their own 47-yard line, as the white hat is going to be referring with his side judge. As Coach Shane Sieben, is out talking to the white hats. As we're trying to figure out exactly what's going on right here. Okay, there we go. Okay, so, all right, Coach, here's what it was. It was 10 yards. Sieben went out and started arguing, saying that should be an extra 5 yards, which, illegal contact, obviously, is a personal foul penalty for Keisha football, right?
Yeah, I believe it was like targeting.
And so, Rock Creek has it. 1st down and 10 from the Cheney 49-yard line. As Smith's in the backfield, he's going to hand the ball off to Zion Bell. Bell has got some separation. That's the bulldozer. That's the Belldozer, and he's been doing what he's doing best all season long. That's why he's one of the best running backs in the entire state of Kansas, gaining some separation, getting some greenage, moving the chains, and getting the first down for Rock Creek.
And that's why you keep running the ball. A lot of people will say, well, we can't run it. We're only gaining 2 or 3 yards. Well, you keep running the ball because you're going to pop those off every now and then.
Absolutely. Zion Bell, just a talented senior running back for this Rock Creek offense, has been so talented all season long as he gets the ball yet once again. He lowers his shoulders once he gets to the 5-yard line.
Dropped the ball.
He did drop the ball, and oh my gosh, that's Cheney's ball. That's a turnover. That's Cheney's ball, Coach.
That is a turnover, and I believe that's only his 2nd or 3rd fumble this season with all the carries that he's had.
I want to say he had 2 official. A rumored 3rd, but I think that's his 3rd on the season, as they are conferring, and that is going to be a turnover. Nagget. We got a lot of Cheney friends watching. Hey, we love you guys, but this is a Mustang podcast.
That's right. And I tell you what, we've traded turnovers this half.
We have.
I still think it's going to come down to a turnover, but we just have to stay after. Now our defense has to step up and get a big stop here.
And recapture some of the momentum that we just had rolling there. Hey, Zion Bell, still one of the best running backs in the entire state of Kansas. We love that cat. We're grateful he's a Mustang. As the Cardinals take over now, 1st down and 10. As the ball carrier is going to be Colton Young. He's going to get gain of about 1.5 yards, 2 yards before getting brought down. It looks like he was brought down by Wade Rottinghouse, the 5'8", 190-pound senior nose tackle for this Mustangs defense.
Well, and Ezra Spiller had him in the backfield, hit him. I noticed Ezra's been kind of favoring his left wrist. And when he got hurt over there on the side, I thought he landed on the ball, but he came off holding that wrist. And I wonder if it's making it hard for him to wrap up.
Well, you can tell it's a wrapped wrist, so it's been an existing condition coming into this evening as Toller's going to take the ball. He's looking downfield. The pocket's going to collapse really fast. He's going to sneak out of it. He's going to throw up. The ball's going to hit the ground. Sam Johnson says he caught the ball. It hit the turf first. There's some greenage, so that's going to be an incomplete pass, and it's going to bring up 3rd down and 8 to go.
Basketball, that's just called a bounce pass.
Yep.
They don't allow that in football, but once again, Toller did a great job of eluding the rush because I think it was Corday that had him and should have had him wrapped up, but he was able to break that. But that's the advantage of having a 6'4", 200-pound quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, what an athlete. Reese Toller, a great quarterback. We've shown it all night. He's a great linebacker as well. Snuck outs, almost. If he had a little bit more mustard on the hot dog, Sam Johnson could have made that catch, but nevertheless, 3rd down and 8 now for Cheney. They do have the ball from their own 20-yard line. Trips to the left, 2 receivers to the right. Toller's by himself in the backfield as Young's in motion. They're going to fake the handoff to Young. Toller's going to roll out to the right. He's going to look back to the left. He's got Corday Kirksey on his tail. He's going to turn back around. He's going to throw the ball. It's going to be up high. It's a little bit too high. They're trying for Sam Johnson on that play. It's going to fall incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down and 8 to go for this Cheney offense.
You know, in the first half, our pass rush was not very good. No. But somebody lit a fire under our pass rush at halftime. And Corday, the last 2 plays, have put tremendous pressure on their quarterback. And but we had 3 guys back there.
Well, for the first time this evening, Cheney I need to stop saying Cheney. My apologies, guys. Hey, don't be fighting me. I do apologize. I'm trying here. But Cheney, for the first time tonight, is actually going to be punting the ball as Perkins is going to let that ball roll down. Not quite the average of 12 yards, but it was an additional 6 yards. It's going to be down at the 42-yard line. So with 2:27 left, Rock Creek's going to get the ball back once again, and they're going to take over with the lead of 14-7 from the Rock here in Flush, America.
That was a huge stop for our defense to limit them, and keep them down in that negative field position. And so now we have good starting field position here at the 42-yard line. We just need to put together a long drive, get a score out of it, whether it's 3 or 7, whatever it is, and just hold on to the football for a while.
2 receivers to the right. Peter Martini stands by himself to the left as Tate Smith is in shotgun with Zion Bell directly behind him. Carson Toburin's in motion. He gets set on the left side. Oh, are they going to call an illegal shift on that? They're going to call a false start. Okay.
Yeah. Well, once again, the 5-yard penalties are making it tough for us because now we're behind the chains. One thing, though, and I hate to do it, but it's Carson Toburin.
I'm just butchering them all, right? You know what they say? You can get a good look at a T-bone by sticking your head up. All right, yeah. If you've ever seen the movie Tommy Boy, you can fill in the reference on that one. Apparently, I'm just butchering it all over the place. As we've got 2 receivers to the right. Carson Toburin is in motion. He gets set on the left side. They're going to fake the handoff to Zion Bell. Ooh, he didn't have much of an attempt on that play. Tate Smith, I mean, he got scared. In his face, he had Reese Toller. They're calling for an intentional grounding. They're going to call that an incomplete pass, but Tate Smith kind of got away with murder on that one, dude.
Yeah. I knew he was throwing it away, and we did have a running back blocking, so we did have a receiver in the area. But it brings up 2nd and long.
As we got 2 receivers both to the right and to the left. Tate Smith and shotgun Zion Bell's directly next to him. Bell's going to go up, get a big block. He's going to look to his right. That's going to be intended for Jacob Perkins. It's going to fall incomplete. Great coverage right there by Gus Moorhead, the 6', 146-pound junior for the Cardinals. And that's going to bring up 3rd down and long now for the Mustangs.
And Gus was the young man that was shaken up on the last series, so it was good to see him back out there. But, yeah, this is a big down for us. We need to it'd be nice to get a 1st down, but if we can just get some of this yardage back and let Jackson punt it away and play a little field position.
Before the Zion Bell fumble on the last drive, lots of momentum on the Rock Creek sideline. Now it's a pretty quiet stadium all the way around as we got two receivers to the right, 3 to the left. That pocket is going to collapse so fast on Luke Smith, and he is going to get tossed down like a rag doll. Storming in, Caden Ludwig. We said his name a few times coming in from the linebacker role. Coming in, taking care of business, and getting a huge sack and forcing a fourth down for the Mustangs.
Well, and he did a nice job of timing that blitz because he didn't show it early. He stayed back at his middle linebacker spot, and at the last second, he walked up there and timed the snap really well. So I think you will probably see us start using that hard count a little bit more again this next series when we have the offense out on the field.
Fourth down and 23 to go as Jackson Pendle, the talented punter for the Mustangs, is deep to kick the ball. Ezra Spiller is going from left to right to provide some additional coverage. Pendle is going to kick that ball and just shoots a rocket, baby. I mean, Elon Musk better hire this guy because he's just been kicking rockets all night long.
I tell you, Jackson is having an amazing game. Offense, defense, special teams. Young man can't play football tonight.
There's so many talented players on this Rock Creek team that can do just exactly that. And so Cheney's going to take over now, first down and 10 from the 22-yard line. Should we bring up the shortstop brain teaser of the game? Shout out to the YouTube comment section. Y'all came in pretty fast with that one, but the answer for the YouTube for the question of the game, of course, the shortstop brain teasers are basically our Aflac trivia question of the game, is Benjamin P. Cheney. That's where the town of Cheney gets its name, a prominent director of the Atchison, Topeka, and Santa Fe Railway in the late 1800s. When the railroad pushed westward through Sedgwick County in 1883, the new establishment was established right alongside through the line. Naming it after Cheney was a nod to his influence and his financial backing within the railroad industry. Of course, big shout out to shortstop as Toller makes his way outside. He's going to get tripped up by number 52. That's Nick Allen. Sorry, that was number 54 for Rock Creek.
You were right. 52 made that tackle.
Was it?
Nick
Okay.
Allen. And I tell you, if he wouldn't have made that tackle, that would have been about a 15-yard gain instead of a 5-yard gain. So huge tackle by Nick to bring him down.
And, of course, we do want to give a big shout-out, dialing it back to shortstop. No matter where you're going or how long it takes you to get there, you'll always have time for a shortstop. As we've got three receivers to the left, we got a single receiver to the right. Toller is in the backfield. Nick Young is on his left. They're going to throw the ball to Johnson, who escapes Kirksey. They're going to throw the ball out, and it's going to be picked off by Noah Valberg. That's a huge interception on the trickery. Sam Johnson gets the ball on a reverse. It's a halfback pass. It's a little bit to the right side. He was attempted to go for Kobe Robinson on that one. It got intercepted by Noah Valberg, and that's a huge takeaway for the Mustangs.
Not only a great interception, but, man, what a defensive play for him to stay at home and not come up on that reverse. And actually, you know, he couldn't play it any better. And we even had two guys back there. I believe Luke Skinner also played that ball. So, I mean, we had that well covered.
And, of course, this turnover is brought to you by Sunflower Consulting and Bookkeeping, helping local businesses stay organized, compliant, and focused on growth. Sunflower Consulting and Bookkeeping, your numbers, our business. As Zion Bell is the bell carrier. Doesn't make too much of a gain on that one. He actually loses some yards before he's brought down by the leg by the great Reese Toller of the Cardinals, the quarterback / linebacker.
Yep. Number 2 on number 2. And it was a good open field tackle. You know, but I still think, I know it was a loss of 5 yards, but we're going to have to continue to run the ball. May have to really work on that quick passing game because of the blitzes, because it's going to be, when we come back for the fourth quarter, it's going to be 2nd and 15, so you know they're going to bring the house.
My goodness. This game's moving really fast. I mean, this is what November playoff football is all about. This is the sectional championships. Rock Creek at the end of 3. Leads Cheney 14-7. We're going to step aside and hear from our sponsors. We've got Midwest Custom Lake Carts.
The market for a new or used golf cart, Midwest Custom Lake Carts and Par 5 Carts in Cheney currently has the largest selection of custom or new Icon carts in central Kansas. Par 5 Carts is the only authorized Wichita area Icon dealer, and Midwest Custom Lake Carts has nearly 14 years building dream carts in the Midwest. Check out our work at MidwestCustomLakeCarts.com. Call or text Ron at 316-305-2445 or Ryan at 316-218-2490.
Once again, give big shout out to Midwest Custom Lake Carts, one of our official sponsors on the game. Man, that's a beautiful K-State lavender golf cart, man. If you want to get down on some business, you got to go see Ron at Midwest Custom Lake Carts. Thank you to them for being one of the sponsors for tonight. Tyler Jackson joined alongside by legendary head coach Mike Beam. Coach, 12 minutes to go for this next team to make it to the Final Four in the Acacia State 3A playoffs.
Fourth quarter football now. We all got to play at our best.
Fourth quarter football as we got quads to the right for the Mustangs. Tate Smith's going to drop back. He's going to throw that ball to Luke Smith, and for the second time in this half, Luke Smith's going to hear footsteps and not complete the catch when he's got it right in his hands.
Well, and we just talked about that. There's ways to beat that pass rush, and screen, quick count, hard count. That's the way you beat the pass rush, and that was a perfectly set up screen. And Luke's normally going to catch that ball.
Absolutely, as Cheney was bringing the house right there, that could have been for some major yardage. No wonder why he kind of heard those footsteps. As we've got three receivers to the left, Smith's in the backfield with Zion Bell to his left hip. He's going to roll to the left. He's going to look forward. The pocket's going to collapse. He's going to be able to throw the ball forward. They're calling once again, man. He's getting away. He's playing with fire right there, throwing the ball like that. They're wanting to – he wasn't quite outside the pocket.
Well, in high school, I don't think the pocket – it just has to be a receiver in the area, which there wasn't. But I think in his defense, it looked like it came out of his hand.
It did. Nevertheless, draws fourth down, which would be pretty much in the same position. Fourth down now for Rock Creek. The ball is getting pretty close to the 50-yard line. Jackson Pendle is in the punt return, or in the punt position, as the Cardinals have two punt returners back deep to receive the kick. As Pendle is going to roll off to his right side, he's going to kick a beautiful ball. It's going to fall. It's going to be picked up, as that's a huge block. That's going to be picked up by Toller. Toller's going to get up, make a nice little return, get down to about the 34-yard line before he gets brought down. And that's where the Cardinals are going to take over first down and 10. It looks like Toller's getting up slow.
Yeah, he took a shot. I'm not sure who made that tackle, but, man, he did take a shot. I believe it was McDaniel that was getting up slow.
Yeah, the Rock Creek faithful was wanting a flag on that play for looked like perhaps a block in the black.
Yeah.
That's why you heard the crowd react the way that they did. That's what they were looking for right there. But nevertheless, 11:39, so basically just 21 seconds into the fourth quarter. Cheney gets the ball now, first down and 10 from their own 35-yard line, as we've had a really good contest in tonight's game. Scoreless in the second half, only 3 scores in the first half, as we got a nice little, I don't even know what you want to call that, but that was a great play by Cheney. See what happens right here as the ball is thrown up. As that's thrown up for the big 6'6" wide receiver, Quade Thomas. Can't quite bring that in, and that's going to fall incomplete for second down now for Cheney.
And Jackson Pendle actually had his hands on that ball after it started to fall to the ground. So he was close enough to maybe come away with a circus interception. But it seems like Jackson is everywhere tonight.
Jackson's been having a great game in all 3 phases. Of course, he's that talented the punter, and also the kicker that you see, as it brings up second down and 10 now. 11.5 ticks left in this game, as 11.5 minutes remain in the fourth quarter. 11.5 minutes remain for our sectional championship. As Deaver's in motion, they're going to hand the ball off to Johnson right here. He's only going to get a couple yards before being brought down.
Well, there was a little bit of difficulty in the exchange between Toller and Johnson, and the ball was bouncing around in Johnson's hands, but we didn't have a defender right close to him. Otherwise, could have been another big turnover.
As they're going to call third down and 7 now. Clock's running right at 11 minutes left, as this is a huge play for the momentum of this game, as we've got 2 receivers to the right. Reese Toller stands in the backfield. He's going to have Colton Young to his right hip. We've got McDaniel in motion. Toller's going to roll out to his right side. He's going to look downfield. The pocket's going to kind of collapse. He's going to be now going up against a defensive lineman for Rock Creek. He's still looking to make a pass play. He's going to throw up, and it's going to be a huge catch completed by the Cardinals. See who this is as the flag comes out late, and that is going to be Sam Johnson that picks that ball up him and Luke Skinner were fighting for the actual possession on it. They are going to call that a catch by Sam Johnson, but we'll see what this flag is as it's the closest sideline, and it looks like it's going to be an ineligible receiver downfield for the Cardinals. Of course, when you get one of those scramble plays like that, Coach, to where you go sideline to sideline like Toller had to do, isn't it easy for your lineman to kind of lose focus on the line of scrimmage?
That was a 7-second scramble
Wow.
by Toller. And, yeah, it's so tough for those offensive linemen.
Yeah.
Plus, I'm sure they thought he was going to run there at the end. But we only had a 3-man rush, and give our 3 men credit. They kept after him the whole time, so he couldn't just stand there. But it was a big play on the defensive side for us, and then a penalty against them, which is also, I believe, a loss of down.
And that's exactly what Rock Creek needed right here, as it is going to push the ball back. They get to replay third down, but it brings up 3rd down and 12 now. 10 minutes and 20 seconds left here from the Rock and Flush America as they break huddle. As the Cardinals break huddle, they got 2 receivers to the right, 2 receivers to the left. Young is going to be lined up as they tight end on the right side. Toller is going to stand in the backfield by himself. He's going to look at the scrimmage. He's going to take the snap. He's going to play. He's going to have right in his face. He's going to have Eric Tim right in his face. He's going to get the ball off. It's going to be pretty dang close to the sticks. This is going to be picked up by that big, tall Quade Thomas receiver, 6'6". It's going to be pretty close. Let's see where they mark the ball officially. It looks like they might mark it just a smidge short. And that's going to be the case, as that's going to bring up 4th down and a short 1 yard to go for Cheney.
That's the first time I've seen us blitz Eric Tim there. And, he came flying in there a little bit too fast because he couldn't get stopped to make that play. Slipped and fell. But it did get our big quarterback off his mark.
As this is a huge 4th down now, as Cheney is going to be substituting Nolan Dwyer coming off for Colton Young, as they're going to be calling a timeout. They probably need to do that between the substitutions coming in and off. Cheney is going to be calling a timeout right here. So with 9:16 left in the 4th quarter, Rock Creek's up 14-7. It's 4th down and 1. Cheney is moving the ball. This is Backroads Broadcasting.
I know with 4th and 1, my play call would be, hey, big fella, number 2, just keep the ball in your hands and go give me that 1 yard or less than a yard. We saw that earlier in the game where he needed a yard, and it's pretty tough to stop him at 6'4", 200 pounds.
Oh, without a doubt. He's been one of the – if this was a Cheney broadcast, it would be the Reese Toller show.
This would be an easy team to cheer for.
Without a doubt.
But I'll tell you what, this offensive line of Cheney has been really good. And, it sounds like they should be in a movie like The OK Corral, because the names go Aiden, Ace, Wyatt, Maverick, Isaac. It sounds like that crew is from a Western, but, man,
Absolutely.
What an amazing offensive line. We have a great offensive line, too, and as an XO line coach, I love seeing the big fellas work.
Oh, for sure. And actually, looking at the offensive line, we got Ace Hillman, the left guard, and Maverick Hillman, the right guard. 6'1", 226, 213 juniors. They got to be twins, right?
They have to be.
Got to be. That's science, Coach. All right, big 4th down. Toller is under center. It's been pretty rare. He's been in the shotgun all season, or all evening. As they're going to keep it with him, they're going to drive the pile forward. It looks like from right here, he's going to gain the 1st down, as the White Hats are going to call that. That is going to be a 1st down and 10 for Cheney, and the drive rolls on for the Cardinals.
I may not have been the world's best play caller, but that'd be an easy one.
For sure.
Man, it is so tough to stop that play. Just tighten your splits, let everybody block their inside gap, and drive as hard as they can.
Especially with the size of that offensive line for Cheney, and also then you throw in a Colton Young and a Nolan Dwyer, the tight end who's 6'4". It's pretty easy to get through. As we got Toller under the center once again, he's going to turn out and he's going to pitch the ball. He's going to pitch the ball to Colton Young. Young's not going to find any holes on the outside. He was trying to get to the edge. It was sealed pretty fast like it has been all night. Cole Greenwood right there, Wade Rottinghouse joining him.
Yeah. Carson Tiburon did a good job of shedding a block and helping get that all started, too, from his outside backer spot. So that was just a great team defense. I was a little worried when they went to that power I that they were going to overpower us because they had their stud middle linebacker in there, Caden Ludwig, leading the play. But our defense did a great job.
So far, this Rock Creek defense has been bending but not breaking a whole lot as they're in a 3-4 presenting a 3-4 defense as they're going to be bringing the rush right here. And Toller's going to go through. As we got Ezra Spiller and Wade Rottinghouse coming in and making a huge sack.
Wade came off the ball extremely fast from the nose guard, but Ezra on that blitz, nobody picked him up. And I tell you, when you have 6 foot, 215 pounds hitting you with his power, that quarterback is tough to be able to get up.
Brings up 3rd down and long now for the Cardinals. That was a huge sack for the Mustangs. If anything, for the momentum. This crowd is getting loud. Everybody's on their feet. Where we're sitting high atop the rock, I mean, our press box is rocking from all the fans in the stands, moving their feet as we have Thomas, the big 6'6" receiver, in motion. Toller's going to fake the handoff. He's going to look deep. He's going to throw this. He's going to be underthrowing this ball. That looked like that could have been, and it is going to throw a flag. I would have called the same thing if I was that back judge. That was a hold. I mean, that's classic defensive holding, pass interference, whichever way you want to call that.
Yeah.
When the ball's underthrown like that's always a danger.
It is tough, isn't it? It's just human nature to reach out and grab. You know, I played defensive back in high school and college, and that's a tough position to be in.
Bad luck for the Mustangs right there, especially after getting the momentum after that huge sack.
You know, the last time that we were in that situation, we just did a 3-man rush with no blitz. That time we blitzed Ezra, and so it gave us a 4-man rush, which made him get rid of the ball just a little bit quicker. So we negated the big play, but it still brings up, they still have 3rd down.
And it is 3rd down and 5 to go. Just on the south side of the 50-yard line, as we've got 2 receivers to the left, 2 receivers to the right. Toller's back in shotgun with Colton Young to his right hip. He's going to get the ball. He's going to step back. He's going to pass. He's going to be looking to his right side. Doesn't have anybody there. He was shooting and trying to throw it to Dietrich McDaniel, a little over his head and behind him. Sails out of bounds into the Rock Creek sideline, and that's going to be bringing up a super important 4th down and 5.
We did a good job of having coverage all across the board there. They all had about 6 to 7 yard routes, and we did a super job of blanketing all those routes. So now we have 4th and 5 coming up.
2 receivers both to the right and to the left. Toller's in the backfield, and they did what they should have done. Rock Creek's going to jump off sides. They got a little too excited right there. It's going to be Wade Rottinghouse on that one. That's going to be a 5-yard penalty. It's still going to be short of the sticks. That's pretty dang close. I mean, that is right there. I mean, that's going to bring up a 4th down and a short yardage situation. Actually, they're going to be, looks like they might be breaking out the chains for this one.
I think if it's not a 1st down, we'll see Reese under center. This is just my guess. Reese under center, run the quarterback sneak.
You know, Coach, I watch Jeopardy every day at 5 o'clock. And a lot of times with Jeopardy, one thing I've understood is context clues. They'll give you the context and the clue, and then you can usually fill in the blanks from there, right?
That's right.
Yeah, so I think this might be about the same thing. This could be I think this is something that's going to happen for 500, Alex.
You know, Wade Rottinghouse has had a great game, great season. You know, one of the smartest kids I've ever been around as football intelligence, but also just intelligent kid. He didn't make many mistakes. That one was kind of a big mistake, but his motor runs at a high speed.
And a heck of a wrestler, too, right?
Oh, yeah, and just a super kid. So I'm sure we'll see him make up for that play.
As they break out the change, as you can see on your Backroads broadcasting screen, there's a 1st down and 10 now for Cheney from the 44, almost 45-yard line. 6:44 from the Rock here in Flush, America. It's the 3A, the Acacia 3A Sectionals Championship in the playoffs in the Western brackets. As we've got a pretty tightly contested game tonight. Cheney 7-3 on the season against the number 2 seed Rock Creek Mustangs, who are 10-0. As we've got 2 receivers to the right, 2 receivers to the left. As we got some movement on the line, that's going to be an offside, or that's going to be a false start by, it looks like, Isaac Dietz for the Cardinals, and that's going to back them up at 5 yards. as we've been seeing quite a few penalties here in the second half, Coach.
We have. For as clean as was the first half, it's been just the opposite second half. But I tell you, that's a big down. It's starting to get – the pressure's starting to really get tight. It's the fourth quarter, sectionals game, and then 6 minutes to go in this game. So the pressure's tight on these young men.
Two receivers to the right and to the left. Toller's in the backfield. Toller's in shotgun. And Colton Young's going to join him in the backfield. As they're going to be looking at the bench for an audible. They'll look at the wristbands. And the snap is off. Toller's going to look to his right. Going to pull it back down. He's going to be pressured. He's going to throw the ball. He's going to throw this one to Dietrich McDaniel. It's going to be an incomplete pass, and it's going to bring up third down now for the Cardinals.
Tell you, I'm a big fan when Coach Sieben dials up the pressure because I like it really well when they get Toller running out of the pocket. When he stands in there, he has a strong arm and is very accurate. But if we can get him moving with somebody chasing him, it makes it awful tough.
So Coach Shane Siebens also the baseball coach for the championship baseball team as well. And one thing I love watching him coach baseball is he plays small ball. A lot of bunts, a lot of steals, things like that. And his football ethics is kind of the same thing. A lot of pressures, a lot of showing blitz, like Ezra Spiller got pretty close right here. Now he's going to dial it back just a little bit. As we got two receivers to the right and to the left. Puller's in the shotgun. He's going to take the snap. Young's going to step up and pass protection. Ezra Spiller's going to be coming around the side. Corday Kirksey's going to follow him. And he's going to bring him down for the big Rock Creek sack. Timely sack for the Mustangs defense.
Great sack by Corday. But Ezra kind of set that up because he flushed him from the pocket. Like you said, Ezra faked the blitz, then he backed off, and then he came with the blitz. So we had a four-man rush, and then Corday finished it off.
I'm pretty certain Coach Sieben just called a bunt right there and advanced the runner, playing a little small ball, because that was pretty brilliant strategy for Ezra to show the pressure, come back off, but then still bring it as it brings up a huge 3rd down and 15. All the momentum's on the right side of this field, which is the Rock Creek side, as Toller is going to throw this ball long. It's going to be up for grabs. It's going to be intercepted by Jackson Pendle. A huge interception for Rock Creek, and a timely interception with 5:01 left. Rock Creek is going to get this interception with a 7-point lead, Coach.
Our man, Jackson Pendle.
Man.
Johnny on the spot. And he,
yes.
The pressure was there again. We made him throw the ball up, and we had it double covered. And Jackson went up and high pointed the ball, and there was no interference that time.
And, of course, this turnover is brought to you by Sunflower Consulting and Bookkeeping, helping local businesses stay organized, compliant, and focused on growth. Sunflower Consulting and Bookkeeping, your numbers, our business. Rock Creek takes over 5:17 left in the game as Tate Smith is going to be in shotgun with Zion Bell directly behind him. They're going to give this ball to the Belldozer. The Belldozer is going to do what he does. He's going to get some yardage through the middle. He's going to get some yardage after contact. He's going to get the first down. And Zion Bell has been, I just love Zion Bell, man. He's so fun to watch.
This is when we're going to see, we're going to lean on our offensive line, our great offensive line. And Zion, I don't know if you realized it or if you watched it or noticed it, but both hands were covering the ball the whole time. Even from the first, when he first got the handoff from Tate Smith, both hands went on the ball. He's not going to fumble this thing again.
No, he did fumble. He had a fumble late in the first half. That was a big momentum killer, and we were talking about it. That was his, we know, confirmed third, perhaps fourth. It's rumored, allegedly. His fourth turnover of the.
If you talk to his running backs coach, he doesn't have 4. That one wasn't his. So
our point exactly. So third turnover, and he is such a fun back to watch. Of course, Zion Bell, 5'10", 200 pounds, a senior. He reminds me. It's the same last name, but we've said this before. But he reminds me of Le'Veon Bell, the old Pittsburgh Steelers and Kansas City Chiefs running back, because he's just patient for a high school kid. He's got so much patience. It's endless. As you got two receivers to the left, we've got one receiver to the left. Smith is going to be in the backfield. He's going to be staring at the scoreboard and let that clock run down just a little bit, as the name of the game right now for Mustangs is to chew off some clock. As you're going to hand the ball to the Belldozer once again, he's going to get up the middle, get a gain of a couple on the play right here, as he is brought down by our awesome quarterback, Reese Toller for Cheney. more importantly for the Mustangs is the clock is running.
That's exactly right. And a 3-yard gain is like a 30-yard gain here. We just got to keep chewing up the clock, like you said, moving the ball, protecting the ball. If they don't have it, they can't score.
2 receivers to the left. We got a single receiver to the right. Smith is in the backfield with Zion Bell to his right. Staring at the scoreboard, all the players are standing up. As we got Taburin in motion. And right there,
we're going to get a free 5 yards off of that. That's good self-discipline by the Mustangs.
Absolutely. That was a good way for the offense to be patient. They got the juices flowing right now. Yeah. They want to get the ball moving, but they're not, because they got to be patient and run this clock out. And in that, on the other side of the ball, Cheney got impatient, wanted to get there faster, and got the 5-yard encroachment penalty.
They're watching that clock, too. They know that's the enemy. And Carson Taburin, we're going to see a lot of him now as H-back. So he's going to lead us to the ball each time, and he's going to protect and give Zion a lead blocker.
As we got 2 receivers to the left, 1 receiver to the right. Smith's going to hand the ball off to the Belldozer. He's going to be real patient, rely on his running backs. He's going to get the first down and keep the clock running. Another first down for Zion Bell, as he has been just been making money all season long, and a huge part to why this Mustangs team is the number 2 seed in the West and also 10-0 on the season, Coach.
Yeah, that's exactly right. You got to have a great running back. You got to have a great defense. Your quarterback has to make good decisions, and these guys are doing it all.
2 receivers to the left, single receiver to the right. As they're standing there just watching the score, watching the clock roll down, as Cheney has 2 timeouts left here in this half, as they're going to give the ball to Zion Bell once again. Bell's going to get a little bit of separation, a couple yards after contact, get close to the sticks, get inside Cheney territory, keep the ball rolling, keep the clock rolling, as we're at 2:25 left in the fourth quarter, and Zion's getting closer and closer to getting another first down.
From another great movie, remember the Titans, it's just Zion's just like Novocaine. You just keep doing it. You keep hitting it, always works.
Absolutely. As our buddy Zion's favoring just a little bit of his left side, just doing a little bit of favoring. We're not looking at that. We're not paying any attention to any favoring. As we got Luke Skinner in motion. Ooh, they almost drew him offside again, and they did. They're going to call the flag on that. Man, that's going to be another penalty. Nolan Dwyer, the 6'4" defensive end for the Cardinals, is going to encroach on that. That's going to be an automatic first down with that 5-yard penalty. Minute 55 left.
So that's another, just like you were saying earlier, they feel the pressure of that clock. And so now they have their ears pinned back. They're trying to make things happen, and we can take advantage of that by that hard count. And give our guys credit for not jumping.
As the clock still runs, a minute 40 left here from the Rock in Flush, America. Big shout out to the 817 watchers on YouTube watching this 3A Sectionals Championship between Rock Creek, the number 2 seed in the West, against the number 6 seed. As they're going to hand the ball off to the Belldozer. Zion Bell is going to get to the original line of scrimmage. He's going to get met by several Cardinals, get pushed back, and right now is when Cheney is going to be calling a timeout.
Right, Cheney's going to start using their timeouts. They had to wait until they had a stop on first down in order to use those timeouts.
As we're going to take one ourselves, we're going to step aside. Minute 22 left from the Rock. Rock Creek is up 14-7. You're watching exclusive coverage of Mustangs football on Backroads Broadcasting.
Prairie Winds Family Care, we believe great care starts with a simple conversation. We are committed to providing exceptional, personalized care for your whole family. Our goal is simple, to treat you the way you would want your own family treated. From pediatrics and primary care to managing chronic conditions, mental health, hormone therapy, and medical weight loss management, we offer comprehensive services for every stage of life. We are healthcare you can trust right here in the community. Stop searching for a medical home and start building a lasting bond. Schedule an appointment.
Welcome back to the Rock. Flush, America, 14-7. Rock Creek leads. A minute 22 left. Big shout out to all of our friends from Cheney, which looking at the map just down Highway 54, west of Wichita, Sedgwick County, they did make the drive up here 2.5 hours. So big thank you to all the friends from Cheney for making this trip up north as they're watching a heck of a ball game as we got two receivers to the left, one receiver to the right. They're going to hand the ball back off to Zion Bell. He's going to get shifty, get to the outside, try to get around the edge. He runs out of space, gets to the sideline, which stops the clock. He did have some good positive momentum on that. Gain of about 6, and it's going to bring up third down and about 4-ish, maybe 5 yards to go.
I'm sure the coaches are telling Zion, hey, we'll sacrifice a yard for you to cut that back inside just to stay in bounds and make Cheney use that other timeout or another timeout.
Absolutely. Buck 17 left. We have 77 seconds left to decide somebody's season. As we've got quads to the left. Jacob Perkins is the lone receiver to the right as Tate Smith is pushing him outwards with his hands. He's just motioning him out to go a little bit further to the wide, a little bit further wide to the right as they hard count at the line. Everybody stops. Audibles looks at the sideline. Now we have Luke Smith in motion. Smith's going to cut up to the right. Smith's going to catch his ball. Smith's going to get not quite to the sticks. That's a valiant effort to get close to the first down. We're still going to be 1.5 yards short. We're looking at about 5 feet from the first down, and that's going to bring up a fourth down to go with 1:09 left, and Cheney calls a timeout.
Yep. No, that was great by Luke Smith. He watched that ball all the way to his hands. We saw him drop a couple earlier tonight. It was a quick out just to try to get this to a manageable fourth down, or we go for it because this is going to be a huge fourth down.
Absolutely, and we're going to step aside with him. We're going to take a quick moment. This is Mustang Football on Backroads Broadcasting.
Price Physical Therapy, a new clinic located in Wamego. They specialize in orthopedic rehabilitation following total joint replacements, arthroscopy procedures for ACL, rotator cuff, meniscus, sports rehab, and injury prevention. They individualize care and treatments of athletes at every level and work with the athlete from initial injury until they return to play, including strength, endurance, agility, and coordination drills. Experience the difference with Price Physical Therapy. To schedule your appointment, visit pricephysicaltherapy.com.
Once again, welcome to the Rock. Huge fourth down to go. 1:09 left in the fourth quarter. It's the Sectionals Championship, the 2 seed versus the 6 seed. As Rock Creek has it 4th down and 2 from the Cardinals 32-yard line. As we got 3 players in motion now. As another hard count by Tate Smith. Another hard count. Going to look at the sideline. And now Rock Creek wants a timeouts.
Well, this is such a vital play with 1:09 to go and 4th and 1.5 yards. I mean, this is probably the play of the game as far as Cheney's concerned and Rock Creek. I mean, if we need to just finish this off and get a first down here.
And we're going to step aside as well. This is Backroads Broadcasting in Mustang Football.
Unlock your potential with Rampage Academy. This isn't just working out, it's training with purpose. Rampage Academy delivers intentional training with expert coaching and personalized nutrition, helping you build speed, strength, and endurance. Whether you're a young athlete or an adult chasing peak performance, there's a program for you. We offer year-round sports-specific clinics in baseball, softball, football, and wrestling. Stay updated and register through the Rampage Academy app or online at rampage-academy.com. Don't wait to get better, train to be your best. Find your next level at Rampage Academy.
Hey, once again, welcome back to the Rock, Flush, America, Pottawatomie County, Kansas. Thank you for everybody tuning in to this Backroads Broadcasting production of Mustang Football. Shout out to all of our friends in Cheney, Kansas for watching as well. We do have 4th down and 2 to go. There's some fireworks right here. We have 79 seconds left in this ball game, or 69 seconds left, as we got 3 receivers in motion for the Mustangs. So that puts us quads to the left. Peter Martinez on the far out. Tate Smith is going to be rushing to the left. He's going to be rolling. He's going to be throwing it to Zion Bell. Zion Bell is not going to be able to haul that in, as that is going to be a turnover on downs. That's going to give Cheney the ball, Coach.
But what a great play call. I mean, he had the first down, perfect pass, everything, but just, lack of execution on the catch. And Zion has great hands, too, as a receiver, but That was a great play call.
Zion has absolutely great hands. But that turnover on downs gives Cheney the ball. 1 minute, 4 seconds left from their own 32-yard line. So 68 yards away from the end zone as there's 2 wide receivers spread to the far left. Toller's going to look to the left. He's going to throw that up. He's going to find his big 6'6" receiver in Quade Thomas. Thomas is going to get skirty, get shifty. He's going to get all the way up to the Rock Creek 43-yard line before being brought down. So that is a gain of 25 yards.
Yeah, no, we got to do a better job of putting the pressure on him, on our quarterback.
As Cheney's going to spike the ball now, as they're now officially going to bring up a 2nd down and 10 to go. 48 seconds is where the clock is going to stop.
Well, now we need to make sure that we do a good job, like I said, of putting pressure on the quarterback, but also we got to cover in the back end. And we've done a good job with our coverage tonight and really all season long, but it's going to be vital now.
2nd down and 10 for the Cardinals from the Mustangs 44-yard line. 2 receivers to the left, 2 receivers to the right. Reese Toller has the ball in the backfield with Colton Young to his left hip. Toller's going to step back. The pocket's going to collapse. Toller's going to escape the pocket. He's going to run to the left side. He's going to get close to the 1st down. Depends on where they mark the ball. He's going to stay in bounds. The clock is going to be running. It's at 35 seconds now as Cheney, out of timeouts, has to hurry back.
I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm kind of lost for words here. I didn't know why we stopped the clock because it wasn't a 1st down. They didn't call a 1st down. He didn't get out of bounds. I think that was a mistake by Reese Toller. He should have tried to get out of bounds. And I think Cheney is out of timeouts. Is that correct?
I believe so. I had 1 on my count, but the way they've been playing is
they keep spiking the ball, and so I thought they were out of timeouts.
As the clock is running now, 2nd down, and they're calling a long 1 as it's at 22 seconds now. Toller's going to take the ball. He's going to be rushed. He's got some defenders in his face. Huge defensive efforts and a huge stop by Rock Creek's number 54, Marcelo Ibarra, getting in there.
And I believe that was number 5, Declan McKinney, with him. 2 guys that we haven't called tonight, and both of them put big pressure on that quarterback. That was a huge rush by Marcelo.
As that's a huge play for Rock Creek as we got 15.6 seconds left. 2 receivers to the right, 2 receivers to the left. And this is going to be a stoppage and play yet once again.
I thought Coach Sieben might have called a timeout, but I haven't seen the signal yet.
Yeah, I haven't either. It looks like he's taking his headset off to communicate with the White Hats.
For as well as this game has been officiated, this last minute and a half, or less than a minute and a half, probably a minute, hasn't gone quite as smooth.
As they're still, hey, I thought they had 1 timeout left, and they ended up not having any timeouts. So apparently the game hasn't been called that great by us in the last minute either. I'm just kidding. As we're back to action, 2 receivers to the right, 2 receivers to the left. From the left hash mark, Toller's going to drop back. Big pressure. He's going to throw the ball deep. It's going to be overthrown. He's wanting a flag. That ball was intended for number 1, Dietrich McDaniel. He's looking around for a flag, not going to find one. It's going to land incomplete. So with 10.2 seconds left, it's a 4th down and 2 now for Cheney. And this is going to be the ball game, Coach.
This is probably going to do it, isn't it?
Probably going to be the ball game. We've seen more dramatic stuff, but this has been a heck of a contest so far. 3 touchdowns in the first half, no touchdowns so far in the second half. As we got 4th down and 2, 10 seconds left from the 34-yard line. 2 receivers to the right, 2 receivers to the left. Reese Toller is in the backfield. He's got Colton Young to his left. He's going to take the ball. He's going to throw it to the left. They're going to get the 1st down to Sam Johnson. He's going to sneak out of bounds, stop the clock, move the sticks, and with 6.5 seconds left, there's still hope left for Cheney.
That was a nice play by Reese to hit that quick out and get out of bounds, because the only other way to do it would be to scramble out of bounds, but you got to make sure you get that first down or it's over, because that was 4th down. So now they get one more chance at the end zone.
So 30 yards to go, 6.5 seconds, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st down now and 10 for Cheney from the left hash mark. The sectional championships in the Acacia 3A playoffs as we got 2 receivers to the right. Dietrich McDaniel's in motion from right to left. Toller's going to take the ball. He's going to step back. He's going to look deep. He's going to be launching this one deep. It's going to be in the hands of Declan McKinney. That's
Carson Taburin.
Carson Taburin in and out of his hands. It's going to leave 1 literal tick on the clock, so 0.6 tenths of a second is what remains between the end of the ball game and what represents one last chance for Cheney.
Yeah, that would have been a heck of an interception for Carson, because that receiver was going after him hard, because he had a better chance at it than the receiver.
1 second left on the scoreboard at the Rock. I know on your score bug it shows 0, but 0.6 tenths of a second. So this is the final play of the game. We've got trips to the left, 2 receivers to the right. Toller stands by himself in the backfield, as there's going to be yet another stoppage in play. And this is going to be a timeout by Rock Creek, and we keep the suspense flowing, Coach. My goodness. Good thing you had your knees replacement and this wasn't no heart issue, you know?
Yeah, no.
As we're going to step aside with these guys, we got one more message from our sponsors. This is exclusive coverage of Mustang Rock Creek football.
The market for a new or used golf cart, Midwest Custom Lake Carts, and Par 5 Carts in Cheney currently has the largest selection of custom or new Icon carts in central Kansas. Par 5 Carts is the only authorized Wichita area Icon dealer, and Midwest Custom Lake Carts has nearly 14 years building dream carts in the Midwest. Check out our work at MidwestCustomLakeCarts.com. Call or text Ron at 316-305-2445 or Ryan at 316-218-2490.
All right, welcome back to the Rock. 14-7, 6 tenths of a tick left, less than 1 second in the 3A Sectionals Championship. The 10-0 number 2 seed in the West, Rock Creek Mustangs, have the Cheney Cardinals. They are 7-3 in the 6th seed on the ropes, as we got 1 second left, as Rock Creek has the lead 14-7 from the 30-yard line, and here we go. Reese Toller stands by himself in shotgun. He takes the ball. He's going to run to the back. Eric Tim's got some good motion. They bring the house. They get the ball off. It's basically a Hail Mary. It falls. It's incomplete. And Rock Creek wins the game. The Rock Creek Mustangs are your sectional champions. Is it going to be Pratt? Is it going to be the mighty Andale Indians? We don't know yet, but we'll find out. We survive. We advance. We move on to next week as the Rock Creek Mustangs. The miracle season rolls on, Coach.
We don't know, and we don't care.
We don't know. We don't care. That's for next week. But we're 11-0, and the Rock Creek Mustangs move on. In the state playoffs, we move to sub-state with a chance at a state championship.
What an awesome finish to this game. And I tell you, the ball got knocked up in the air. I don't know if you noticed that. The big receiver for them, number 24, was laying on the ground, and the ball's right beside him on the ground. It was just, a tough way for Cheney to finish, but what a great win for our Mustangs.
Man, what a fun season, a dream season. Final score, Rock Creek 14, Cheney 7. Man, that was a ball game. That's what November football is all about. I remember that the 2011 run when we made it to sub-state? Was that 2011? Does that sound right?
Yep, 2011.
And when we lost to Silver Lake in the sub-state rounds, that was the same. This has that same type of energy, that same type of feel, and the Rock deserves football like this, and we haven't seen anything like that since.
Well, this is tied for the second best or the best record in the history of Rock Creek football.
Man.
11 wins. We were 11-1 in 2000 and lost to Frontenac in the Final Four of the Sub-State Championship.
Man, what a heck of a ball game from Coach Shane Sieben and these Rock Creek Mustangs. Way to fight, showed some hearts.
And this is something I love to see in high school football, is both teams coming together at the end of the game and praying. and
Yes. Amen.
giving all the thanks to our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
All glory to the Most High God, indeed. Thank you, Father, for getting all the players home. Thank you for keeping everybody safe. Get our Cheney friends home safely, and thank you for watching over all of us each and every day. We're going to step aside for quick moments. We're going to gather our thoughts. We're going to come back with a post-game show. Final score from The Rock. Your number 2 Mustangs in the West take care of business, defeat the number 6 seed Cheney 14-7 from The Rock. This is an exclusive coverage of Mustang football on Backroads Broadcasting. We'll be back in just a few minutes. All right, welcome back to The Rock. Flush, America, Pottawatomie County, Kansas, beautiful Westmoreland, St. George. Flush, I think Blaine's a part of this too. I mean, this is a huge win. It's a great win for these Rock Creek Mustangs as the dream season rolls on. 11-0 officially now are these Rock Creek Mustangs as they take care of business. Defeat the 2023 Class 3A state champions, the Cheney Cardinals, in a great contest. 14-7 is the final score. As you can see, the Mustangs out on the field now getting the sectional championship. Next week, we'll roll on. We'll either playing Pratt's or we'll be playing the mighty Andale Indians, to be determined. We're looking desperately on all the social medias to see if we can't find a score update on that game. But no matter what, Coach, I don't think it really matters because these Mustangs are in the sub-state championship.
That's exactly right. That's all you want to. That's all you can hope for is just to survive and advance and keep playing. It really doesn't matter who you play, even though we all know about Andale. We've played them. If we get to play them, it'll be the third time. But what a great win for our young men. And I tell you, hats off to Cheney because I thought they played an excellent game. They had a great game plan coming in, and they have some tough kids that play with a lot of heart and a class act.
Yeah, some really good players. I mean, Reese Toller, their quarterback, stands at 6'4", 200 pounds. You can see him now walking back behind the Rock Creek bench. No doubt would make a great Creek boy, without a doubt. But a great quarterback, great linebacker, great athlete, and it's been fun to watch him play tonight. Some other players, Sam Johnson, Colton Young, Dietrich McDaniel, Kobe Robinson, Nolan Durr, that whole entire offensive line, the twins, the Hillman twins. Watching that offensive side of the ball for Cheney, you know, your heart does break because it is November football, so that means it's either do or die. It's survive and advance literally. Either you're going to be playing next week or somebody else is. I mean, somebody's got to go, but at the end of the day, it's somebody's final game in high school.
It is. And unless you've been a part of that, you just don't understand how tough that is for these guys to give it up. And we talked about that when we were doing the Smoky Valley broadcast about how, it's just so final because you can't play pickup football like you can the other sports, pickup basketball or slow pitch or anything like that. So it's tough.
Absolutely. But, hey, looking at this side of the field, those Rock Creek Mustangs, them Creek boys, survive, advance, roll on, Coach. 14-7, it wasn't pretty at times. Had to come back, actually. We let them score first, kind of gave them a touchdown advantage, but then for the rest of the final 3 quarters of the game, held on and won the game.
And, the last 2 games with them being close will pay dividends for us, I think, of whichever team we play, because we have learned to handle that adversity now. And, I feel like that I think we came through this game healthy. I didn't see anybody banged up on the sideline. So that is a bonus because, like I said, it's a hard-fought game. And to get to the state championship, it's tough in football, and we're only one step away now.
Absolutely. As we bring on Xander Dick, he's been our color analyst all season long, our sideline analyst tonight. Xander, it's not too cold down for you.
No,
as you're sitting by us,
loud.
As you're sitting next to us here in the press box. My friend, being a senior in high school, I know football is your favorite sport. You love Rock Creek with your whole heart and soul. Buddy, this had to have been a treat for you.
Yeah, it was. I honestly a little scared there towards the end, just because if we would have lost, probably would have been a little emotional. Just because, senior, and I love football. It's one of my favorite sports. It's been my favorite sport since I've been in the 6th grade. But just happy to win and. Actually, kind of have a score update for the Andale Pratt game.
Oh, buddy, you did your job.
I did. Yeah, I did my job.
You always do a good job of doing your job, but I'm saying right now, this is bonus money.
All right,
now,
Xander.
Bubba.
Yeah, this
What
is
you
your
got?
moment
Hit
to
us,
shine.
kiddo.
So this is not relevant as of currently right now, but the only score I could find was Andale's winning 22-0. This was posted at 7:41. There was 8 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Their game started at 7, I believe.
That doesn't surprise me.
Okay.
Andale, they'll get on you early, and that's one thing that we will have to make sure that we start early and that we start fast.
In fact, when I was on the sideline, you guys could not hear me, but Rock Creek is a good team, but as you've seen, we often started off very slowly, and assuming we play Andale is those teams that if we don't show up and offense starts early, Andale is the team that will punish you early. And so far, every game of this playoffs, Rock Creek has showed up in the second half. We cannot have that. Andale is the team that builds the lead, and it's one of those leads that's hard to come back.
You're right, Xander. And because they run the ball, they can play keep away. They can keep it out of your hands. So we have to play our best game, which you should,
absolutely,
to get to the state championship game.
Absolutely. And my observation on Andale, not knowing a whole lot about them. It's a culture thing. So Rock Creek, I love Rock Creek because there's been a huge culture that's been built up that goes back to the Coach Beam days, goes back to your days, and it starts in the younger ranks, and people just buy into Rock Creek. Well, Andale's very similar. We went to I know, Xander, you were there. We went to the 4A State Volleyball Championships in Hutchinson a couple weeks ago.
And that was a very good volleyball team, I have to say.
Zandale.
Zandale.
If you're cheering for Andale next week, I'm calling you Zandale. You better not be.
No,
I'm just kidding.
we're not.
Anyway, Andale had, they ended up winning state 36-1 on the year. Dude, their students, their fans were so bought in and so loud.
Yeah, I like to say, even though Rock Creek didn't do the best during state, I got to say they played their best. And, playing as Andale, they had a Colorado State commit on that team.
Really?
Yeah, it was number 12, I believe. She was just crushing the ball every time. But, yeah. So going up against Andale is going to be no joke. These guys are the real deal. I take them as the Alabama of high school football. They are big. They are strong. And I believe we'll match well, but it's just whether or not we're going to show up and start out hot and then keep the game close. That's the best way we're going to be Andale.
As the season rolled on and we realized what special team we had here today, this season, once we started to really realize how special it was, I know I speak on behalf of a lot of people to where we just wanted a shot at Andale.
Yeah,
right?
like I said before the game, Andale's like an honor to play.
Absolutely, especially for the sub-state and a chance to go down there. And we'll be taking the Backroads Broadcasting Road show on the road. We'll be all down in Andale next week. Coach, you're joining us, right?
Of course.
Yeah.
I'm very excited. I've never been to Andale. I'm just so excited to go down there to be able to experience. Whether we win or lose next week, I'm just so proud of our team, being able to make it this far and be able to have a chance at playing one of the best teams in 3A. And I believe it will be the game of the week. And I think it's better than any 6A game next week, better than any 5 game, and better than any 4A game. I believe this is like the national championship of any high school football team in Kansas.
Well,
let's go, baby. I love the confidence.
And the history of the school, this is only going to be the 4th time that we've played in the Final Four. So, I mean, it is pretty rare.
I mean, look at this tournament. 32 teams started in this tournament alone.
Yeah, and then we're down to 4 after probably about 10 o'clock rolls around. We'll see. But, yeah, down to 4.
Yeah, as we just heard the bell ringing from the Rock. It's a time-honored tradition. If you win the game, you ring the bell, which is basically the equivalency of cutting down the nets, Coach.
That's right.
Yeah, we're in Houston. I mean, we're about to play. We're getting ready to play. One shining moment is what we're going to do at some points. But you guys got anything else for us?
I do.
What you got?
I tell you, I appreciate Cody Roach and Cody Liming for this broadcast.
The law firm of Cody and Cody.
I tell you, 2 former students and players here at Rock Creek and great people. And, I watched a lot of these at home because, either too lazy to get out or since I retired. And so I appreciate the effort that they put in for these broadcasts.
Absolutely. I know Cody's been working, Cody Roach, of course, Roach Media Group. You can find him. He does a lot of real estate shots around town. You can hire those guys. I mean, he does a great job. Cody Liming does a lot of weddings. That's where he's at tonight. He's at a wedding.
Yeah.
Our director left us. He went to a wedding. Just kidding.
He'll join us next week, guys. All in faith.
Hey, the whole gang will be together next week.
It'll be great. It'll be great. Either we win or go home. I believe we have an opportunity to show the world, or at least show 3A that we are the real deal, even though our schedule was kind of cupcake-ish, but so far
you better stop that.
But in the playoffs, though, we've proven that so far that we're not just a team, who played below average teams. We're actually a team here to compete, and whether or not, those teams are good or not, we still are showing. So
hey, Bishop Ward's not cupcake, baby.
Hey, in the words of Dumb and Dumber, there's still a chance.
Exactly.
Yes, sir.
Always a chance, but that's pretty much all for me. So
heck yeah, bro. Well, we'll see y'all next week. It'll be right here, YouTube, Facebook, wherever you watch your favorite Backroads Broadcasting broadcasts. We'll be either in Andale or we'll be at home against Pratt. From what it sounds like, we'll be at Andale. We get a shot at him, man. Rock Creek survives, advances, rolls on. We won the sectional championship, and that's it. 14-7, the final score from the Rock. For our director, Cody Liming, who is not here. For our executive producer, Cody Roach. For all of our awesome broadcasters that have helped, or all of our camera operators that helped out this game. For Xander Dick, our sideline reporter. For legendary head coach Mike Beam, I'm Tyler Jackson. Signing off. Until next week, Rock Creek wins it 14-7. You've been watching exclusive coverage of Rock Creek Mustangs football right here on Backroads Broadcasting. We'll see you later. We'll BRB. We won't just see you later. We'll BRB.